People waiting, honey. Isn't that just
Use
wonderful?
it.
Hmm?
Hey, hey, Salon Diva. Hey, Auntie Ellie.
Hey, y'all, Salon Davis say, what's up? I actually am going to catch y'all live.
Huh.
Okay. Where you
Look,
been,
when she
Salon
here, that
Davis?
was at 8:30. It's 9 o'clock.
Right on the dot. I
Okay.
just, Auntie Ellen, she on in here early. She said, I ain't going to come in on the back end no more. I'm being on the front end. All
She
right,
took a
sis.
nap. She took a nap already.
Oh, is that what it is? I should have
Uh-huh.
been napping with her. I was in there baking that blueberry cake that they show on the internet. Everybody probably saw it. I changed my mind
What?
from the biscuits and decided to do the blueberry loaf
Oh,
cake.
you know what? I that part. How about that? That part.
Yes,
That
we
part.
see you. We
That
can't
part.
see you.
Good to see you too.
What
Look,
is that on your head, girl? That's cute. A bib
that's my
cap.
visor I made, but I
Oh
need to
wow,
make it come out a little bit further. But
that
yeah,
is so cute. You got your yellow shirt on. You up there matching. You matching.
yeah, I'm matching. I'm matching.
Oh, you're doing your thing. You're doing your thing. But that is so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some stuff in the oven. We gonna. This is my first time trying this recipe, so we're gonna see how it works out.
Okay.
Um, I didn't go outside.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't make it because I was doing stuff. Hey, Country Hustle 101. Thank you for
Hey, Country
coming.
Hustle 101. How you doing? How's it going over there? Is it hot? I went outside and got ate half to death. I had to turn around and run back in the house. I was like, you know what? I ain't ready for this. Jane Doe, how you doing?
Hey, Jane Doe.
I'm good. Just waking up. Oh, you just waking up? Oh, so you come to hang, huh? What? In bushes a bit cooking. Okay, Mike. Go on and get that food ready. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying not to be sleepy because I got so much to do. I should have been sitting up so I can sit out there and sip this soil while we live. I could be in my garage.
Oh, really? Hey, Mike, how you
Yeah.
doing?
Turnips and hots. Oh, Mike.
Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. And
Mike need to.
I need to drop them seeds outside.
Yes, I'm
Dropped some
serious.
in here last night. But yeah, because I need to get back to where I was. See, I could have had some turnips today, but that doggone being I had that power outage, everything had to go. Just
Yeah,
wipe stuff out, baby. I'm no more. Huh. I got something for that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That kind of held you back, and so
Thank
that's
you, Jane Doe. Appreciate
yeah.
it. She say like, share, and subscribe.
He's
Don't
on it.
forget to leave a comment later. For those of you coming catching the replay, please leave a thumbs up and a comment and let us know that you've been here. Miss Peach Nut would mostly appreciate it.
Yes, I would. Thank you very much. Hey, Rashida, Monique, how you doing, sweetie?
Hey, Rashida.
I love your live. I caught you the other day. Was it Sunday? What's the day? Tuesday? Yeah, it was Sunday.
You that's probably one you need to catch on to right there.
Rashida,
Yes.
I enjoyed myself. I really did. And so, yeah, I'm definitely, whenever it pops up, I don't know if there's a certain? Does she have a locked in time
I'm
and date?
good. How you doing? We doing. I'm talking about um as guests.
Oh, as her guest. Okay, well, hey Jennifer Rivenberg,
Hey
time to
Jennifer.
living a full life.
Hey Sandra.
Thank you for
Greetings,
coming. We
ladies
appreciate
and
you,
chat. How you doing? Hey
Mar-
Maritza.
Maritza Yarn and Craft. Thank you. Thank you for coming over.
Ooh, I'm wondering what I need to do. My fingers keep sticking. You got 16 people in the house. I hope we got 16 thumbs up. You know, it would be nice if everybody hit that thumbs up.
Thank you
Um,
so much for doing that. We all appreciate you. We certainly do.
mm, no lock time yet. Usually Sunday nights. Oh, okay. Right now we are every 2 weeks. Oh, we was talking about for you to come with us over here. Hey, Bias
Oh, we need to
LLC.
we want to pull her on up in here. Let's you want Rashida to be pulled up. Crank her up.
She was like, she don't have. She thought we was talking about her lives.
Hey,
We was talking
unbiased. I was thinking about
invite
unbiased today.
our lives,
Yeah, you want her to come on our live. Is that what you're saying?
right?
Darcia White,
Hey,
hello.
Darcia,
How you doing?
how is City Girl and Felicia? Uh, I've been waiting. I'm hoping City Girl okay because she didn't give me that phone call today. So
Mm.
she probably tired. She had to go to work today, so she's probably
We
tired
wore
because
her out last night and she needed to go to
yeah,
sleep. So we understand. She may pop in later
oh,
on.
I missed that part. Multitasking. Just let me know when.
You know, back in the day, they say when. You ready? Are you ready?
So you
Don't
ready?
play. Don't
We
play.
need your email address so
What's
we
your
can send
email?
you
Do
the
we?
link.
Let me see if I can find her. It won't matter if I can find her. If I can find her, it don't matter because you have to send the link, don't you?
What
Um,
happened?
what?
Oh, I thought I saw something. I saw something else. Yeah, this thing over here jumping.
Okay, so you need Roshida's Rosh,
Email
Rosh,
address.
email address, Rashida.
You know what?
I was gonna go
Let me
on
put
to.
you on the banner.
Where in the world is this? Okay.
Hey, Perfection Bacon, Diversity Love, how you doing? Peach Nut, how about you?
How about me? What? Oh, hey,
How,
Darcia. I'm
how you
doing
doing?
fine.
You made it okay? There she is. I was just talking about you.
I was like,
I
who's she?
was back there listening. Hello,
Oh, you up there
everybody.
being Miss I Spy down there, seeing that we talking
Yeah.
about you.
Uh-huh.
What they
Yeah, I
saying
heard
about
about
Girl,
me?
you.
I was wore out today. I had to come home and go to sleep.
Oh,
See, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Woo! I ain't used to this. I had to get up at 7. I ain't get to sleep till what? About 5:30?
oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Yeah, you did go kind of late. You
Yeah.
did. Uh huh. Well, we're glad you made it. We know we're not gonna try to wear you out today, cause you got to go
All
back
right, all
tomorrow.
right.
You gotta,
Yeah, go on and get you some rest. Don't be trying to stay up with us. Go get you some rest.
Oh, I done got all
Look.
my rest. I can sleep. I slept half today.
Uh-oh.
I slept the whole evening.
What?
Then I was in there trying to untangle about 15 rolls of yarn.
See,
We're not
that's why
gonna
you gotta
talk about
roll it
that.
up. You gotta roll it up.
Well, I rolled them up and I put them all in like individual bags now,
Okay.
so they won't get all tangled up.
All
Ooh, I'm
tangled up.
liking that visor.
Thank you.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
see,
I
I got
told
this.
you.
I can't get that brim. That's my
You
problem.
can. It's easier than you think.
Oh,
It
oh,
took me a minute to get it, but I got it.
oh, oh.
But I just need to make it a little bit longer. You
Okay.
know,
Nah, that's good.
it's a
Oh,
good size.
oh.
Yeah, it's
Is
covering
that
over your
right?
glasses.
Is that right? It's right.
Yeah.
Okay. It seemed kind of short.
Oh, y'all, excuse me.
Salon Diva hanging in here. Hey, Salon.
Hello, Salon Diva.
Bonnie, baby, how you doing? I thought you was over there with Jessica. You all over here. See? I see you. I see
They
you.
do, they
Yeah.
doing a little hopscotch.
Yeah. She knows what I do. Be on live and be over there somebody else's live and carrying on.
Right.
Yeah. So
I
what
got
you
to
got going
close some of this.
on, Miss Salon? I ain't seen you in a minute. What's happening? Is everything okay over there? I am.
I'm
I
looking
am.
for Rashita, and I don't.
There she is. Jamaica.
Jamaica here. Did
Yep.
she?
Yep. She over there on your side.
Hey, did you get my email, baby?
Did you get that
Oh,
email?
we need to
Did you
bring you
send her an
up.
email?
You got something you need to tell the people. I need you to tell the people who didn't see your
Right.
video,
Oh,
especially with this last storm coming through. She
Boom,
had
bam.
a
Yeah.
dynamite.
Oh,
All her
oh,
videos good.
okay. Okay.
she,
What did
When
she
you
she
say?
want
had a
to know?
what?
Dynamite video on preparedness, because you know she's in.
Oh,
She
okay.
was talking about all that had happened and how she was preparing. She needs to. Y'all need to. She need to come up here and share
Hey,
some
Barb
information
Brownlee.
about her, what she was doing, all that she's doing.
Okay,
Hmm.
got to go. Can't
Hey,
pay
Buddy's
attention. I'm
Corner.
not a good multitasker. Thank you for coming through and leaving that thumbprint. I appreciate you.
Who was that?
Yeah.
That's Bonnie. She's over live with Jessica.
Oh,
Jessica
okay.
is on live right now. And Bonnie was over there up on the panel with her, and now she over here, but
Oh,
she
that's so
can't pay
sweet.
attention over here and over and being live over there.
She can't
That's
do
hard to
both. She
do.
can't do both.
I mean, only I know how to do that, Bonnie.
Buddy, we
Yeah.
appreciate you. Hello, Sandra, living a full life, and Barb Brownlee. I'm just going down the list here. Uh, maybe she'll check her email and she will pop on over. But she did a
See if she
dynamic
let me
uh,
look. Yeah. Yeah.
video.
Looky. Now, if anyone ever want to come up on our channel, we need your email address. We're not gonna put it out there for anybody to just come up in the background.
That's right.
So, we gotta do it through the email.
You
Yeah.
know,
And I
I know.
finally got my email to pull up on
They
my
acting
computer, but
extra.
I got to try it out first before I actually go
Okay,
live on
Garcia.
it.
Huh?
I said I actually got my email to pull up on my computer, but I want to wait and make sure it's working right before I try to go live on it.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Okay.
got to work with it.
I am
Work,
still
work,
having the
work.
worst time trying to find Rashida. And I mean, I don't understand
Hey,
why,
Barb Brownlee.
unless I'm spelling something wrong.
Do you have the right email?
That's what I was going to check and see what her email was, but
Going to the TV because the phone hurts my eyes. Okay,
okay.
Sandra.
So Jamaica is
Thank you
checking
for
hers
coming
right now.
by.
Thank you, Jamaica, for going to my channel. And
She be
she's
sleeping
gonna check and
5
look.
minutes. Don't turn that TV on.
Did you hear me, Mona?
Uh-uh.
Jamaica's gonna look for the email and for the link.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh, well, I'm just now seeing it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I saw that a long time ago.
Well, she thinks she cute because she got that hat on. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
No, she's showing that.
yeah, I am, I am, I am. I need to
I
But
make
like
it's,
another
that.
one. I
I
had a
said,
blue one, but my sister took it.
Uh
I don't
oh.
blame her.
No,
I
it
would have
wasn't
taken it
blue.
too.
It was khaki, and she
Mm.
took it. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I
okay.
like that. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's nice.
when did you start on the yellow one? How long have you been working on that one?
This this been done. When I went home, I did this.
Oh, so you've
Mm.
had it for a while. You just now showing it.
Oh yeah. I showed it. I'm just
Yeah,
not
I
actually
think.
wearing it on here. But I was on a live or something with this hat on.
Well,
Yeah, you did.
on this live or somebody else's?
No, hers.
Thank
Hmm.
you.
Maybe I don't remember. I
No,
have
you
to
don't.
remember. It's okay.
Now, is that one band? It's
Nope.
all complete. Oh, okay.
It's two what do I call it? Two yarns?
No, I'm saying, but it's like one complete circle. You don't have like a Velcro or nothing holding it.
Nope. Nope.
Okay. Okay, like a
Nope.
headband.
Thank
It's
you,
a
unbiased. We
headband.
appreciate you
That's what I
coming to hit
remember
the
I was
like
saying I was
button.
gonna make
We
some
appreciate
headband.
you. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah,
Thank you
that's
for
where I got it
supporting my
from
channel.
because
Hey,
how you
Jamaica!
doing?
There
Good
she
to see
Hello,
is.
you.
hello.
What's up, lady? What is going? Rashida said she don't see the email. You don't. We need your email. She needs your email so she can send something to you. Girl, I was on that phone. I mean, on my
Hey, I'm
computer,
biased.
looking
You
at your
can
video
email
where
me
you
at
talked about
sister
preparedness.
and more at
It was
gmail.com.
packed. It was packed. It was so fresh, refreshing to hear from another perspective about preparedness. Everybody need to go watch that video. You brought it in and you brought it down. What you
Mm-hmm.
need to do, because of all the stories we're having, Mona, you went through it and you know what happened with your situation and you know how
Mm-hmm.
it left you, you know. And you just went through the whole drill of what you're doing now. And I just wanted you to share that experience, what you talked about, so that the people can hear, because it's not over.
I
And
know. It
Right.
just started.
This is just the beginning.
yeah.
Yeah. It just
So if you
started.
don't mind, I mean, I'm gonna let Mona let you know when to chime in. I don't know how many people we got in the house. I can't tell because I'm not on my phone.
We got 17 people in the house, so she
Oh,
can
that's
chime in
wonderful.
whenever she wants to. But hold on, before we get started, Rashida, my email is sifting some soul and more
Let
at
me get something.
gmail.com. You can send me your email that way, and I will send you the link. Uh-oh, she went to go get something.
I had to get
Uh-oh.
my iPad so I could see the chat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's one thing I learned about doing these lives. You have to have multiple instruments. It really helps
Yeah.
Oh
figure
man, I
Yeah.
that
have
one
low
out.
battery as usual.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you everybody for going to Miss Georgia Peace Nut and supporting that channel.
Yes, indeed. Please go over to Georgia Peach Nuts because this is actually her live. We just doing it
Right.
on mine so we can have more people come up. I can have up to 10 people to come up. So that's why we doing it this way.
Yes. Yes. So sweet, you guys. She just shares everything. Everything. So I appreciate her so much. She just shares her knowledge and anything she has to share. Mona has a huge heart, and I think all of you guys know that.
Oh
All of
yeah.
you guys know that.
Here
That's
we
for
are.
sure.
Yeah. So I appreciate her, and I appreciate
Girl,
you guys for coming. In her
hold on.
community of,
A
of,
little
of
something right quick.
crocheting. Mona, you went away.
Yeah.
You talked about your chickens today. I didn't get watching your video, but I'm gonna have to go and see. I'll watch it before I go to sleep. Did you talk about the chickens today?
Me,
Yeah.
yeah. We combined two coops. And
Oh,
when you're planning stuff out, it looks so simple on paper. And then you
mhm.
Right,
get out there and start doing that stuff. And Lord,
right.
we were out there all day, almost till nighttime. We had to take multiple breaks because it
Really?
was just two of us out there trying to basically combine two coops.
Hmm.
So it was,
I didn't get to see what kind you
How
had with
many
the
chickens do you have?
I lost count.
Oh
About
wow.
30. About 30.
30
Ooh.
chickens. Hey, FR, where are you? 30 chickens.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Hello,
you say
Salon
look.
Diva.
So you're in Texas. That's too
Hey,
far for me to come
Felicia.
and get the meat bird from you. So
I'm
you
getting
just
ready to cull a couple of them because I got some roosters. I got too many roosters and they're fighting.
how
Oh
many
Plus, I'm
wow.
roosters?
tearing my hands.
How many
I
roosters do
wish
you
you
have?
stayed close to me.
I have four extra, no, six extra roosters. Because when you
Ooh.
hatch,
Ooh.
I hatch my own eggs. So
Oh
Okay.
wow.
I incubate and hatch. And the rule is 50-50. I've been getting about 75% hen and 25% male, roos. And
Right.
you can't keep roos. As a matter of fact, there's a mark on my face because of a rooster. Roosters are mean.
Yes,
Wow.
they
What?
Hmm.
we had to get
They
a
were.
net to actually go into our coop to keep him from attacking us. Cause he attacked
Mhm.
me one time. He jumped on my back.
They'll
Uh-oh.
jump on your back. They jump in your face. They try to get your face
Mhm.
mostly.
Yeah.
What?
So we had to go get a
Yeah,
fishing
they
net
mean.
to keep him back while we was in the coop.
Hmm.
When
So
we
he
go to
jumped up
feed or
and
whatever.
scratched your face.
He's not
Hmm.
alive anymore.
Well,
Yes, he
something
did.
got
I was
mine.
trying to
Oh Lordy.
and he hit the fence and came for my eyes.
What?
Ooh.
He missed my eyes, thank God.
Oh.
But he
Oh
got me in the
wow.
face. He sure did.
No, the
That
devil
was a couple of
didn't.
months ago. So for a while there, when I was doing videos, I'd hold the camera on the side that wasn't scratched.
Hmm. Oh wow.
It was bad. I thought I was gonna have to go to the doctor, but it went down.
Oh
Oh
my goodness.
goodness.
Those
Celine,
roosters are mean. You got to be very careful with them. Now
Salon
all of
Diva said
them.
he
Something.
would have
Mr.
been in the
Bartrock
cut.
is not mean. That's why he's still around. But the other ones that were around, oh Lord, I had to get rid of
Wow.
them. Hmm.
Wow. So you
Well,
said
I'm
he
looking
hit the
for
lady.
another one. Something got in my coop. If something is digging a hole from my neighbor's side about that big around into my
Mm.
coop, and
Wow.
it got my rooster last week.
Oh
It
no.
killed it?
Yeah,
That's what they do. Yeah.
So
You
yeah.
I
could
wonder.
try throwing a cinder block in there. They can't dig that.
We did that.
Oh really?
Yeah, we put a
Wow.
cinder block in there.
What did I do? I put when the coop that I have out here at the house. What I did was I had some extra floor tiles, and because I had that fencing, I just spanned the whole thing with floor tiles because my dogs used to dig out.
Hmm.
So I just spanned the whole thing with floor tiles. So if they try to dig, they hit a floor tile and probably cut their little paws. And I don't have any problem with them digging in right now or digging out. My problem is my chickens fly out of the coop.
Well, I
Mm.
only have one left now, and trying to decide we want to get rid of or get more.
I like the
So,
eggs.
She's
yeah, that's
still
what I'm saying.
laying. Yeah, she lay good. But
And
we
look,
had
that's a
had the
big savings.
rooster like 3 years.
Oh, that's messed up.
Oh
Hmm.
wow.
Roosters
If
Yeah,
will
you
fight to
get
protect the hens. He probably was trying to protect her
yeah.
and
mm-hmm.
snatched him up. It might be a dog. Dogs like everything likes chickens though. Everything.
But it's digging like from the other side of the coop under the fence,
It
under the
could be a
coop.
raccoon. It could be a raccoon. It could be what else does that? Dogs mainly. What else would
Hey,
attack a brain?
Rashida. Hey,
Hmm.
Hi,
Bonnie.
Rashida.
Hello,
Hey,
hello, hello.
everybody.
How are you?
Thanks for
I'm
coming
fine.
in. We talking about this chickens. I didn't know dogs like chickens.
They like to.
Yeah.
They don't like them. They just want to cull them.
What?
They don't do anything with them except cull them.
Oh
At
my
Oh
least
wow.
goodness.
mine don't. They just like they just like to make them stop moving.
Oh
Just for
wow.
game. Just for game.
That sucker would have been in a pot. Who said that? He wasn't in a pot, but he didn't live much longer after that. He wasn't.
Okay. Are you in northern Texas?
Me. I'm in Central Texas. I'm in
Central?
Austin
Oh.
area.
Oh. Oh.
And I'm telling you, she don't play out there in that garden. She don't care about the rain. She be out there in the heat. She don't care about what's crawling.
Oh Lord,
y'all,
yeah, I
y'all
have
people who
ants
been in the
on me and everything.
military, huh?
I have ants on me and everything. I had to go out there today because I was away for the weekend. When I was talking about preparedness, I wasn't just talking about normal stuff, but a lot of people don't think about. Okay, we got all these bottles here, but if a hurricane, tornado comes, them bottles ain't gonna be here. They're all
Right,
gonna break.
right,
I mean, you could prepare and plan all you want, but we are really not, we're not in charge anyway. You could do so much. The only
Right.
reason why I bottle a lot of stuff is because the electricity goes out here a lot in Texas. It does. And
Oh
I'm
wow.
originally from New York, and that does not happen in New York. I think we had one, and I talked about that. We had one blackout, and I think that was in the 70s, and they tore that place up so bad that they made sure it never happened
Never
again.
happened again. Ah! Ah!
So
so you got your generators and whatever else.
I
So you,
have I have two type of generators. I have a generator that is gas and diesel, and
Mm.
then I have solar generators because these refrigerators right here, I'm trying to get up off of these things right here. You know how many people in Houston and in the surrounding areas lost all of their food? That was the main complaint. They didn't have any electricity. Everything went moldy. I know, sifting some
Right.
soil. I know. Everybody, and I have these things here, and you know how much money it is that you would lose from one. I mean, that little itty bitty freezer right there. That's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of money right there. And I've had it. I've had that thing get unplugged and had to throw the whole freezer out. And there's nothing like it. You just feel like crying. I think I
Well,
might
Right.
cry.
actually, a deep freezer will hold your meat for 4 days.
I didn't know it was unplugged, and by the time I realized, excuse me, I realized it wasn't working. I could smell it because I don't
good
go in
lord.
that thing all the time.
Oh. Hey, Texas Lala.
Wow. Hi,
Oh,
Texas Lala.
wow.
So if you can 50% of your stuff, now canned food don't taste as good. I'm gonna tell the truth. It does not
Right.
taste as good as bland, but if you go to the supermarket and get a can of chicken, it's what, $5, $6 for a little itty bitty can now, versus you baking your own chicken and putting it in a bottle, and you have that upfront cost of the bottle, but you have the chicken there that's going to cost you less in the long run. Plus, you could reuse the bottle. So I did the math in my head, and I said, you know what? Years ago, I told myself I need to learn how to can, and I kept on trying and trying. Initially, it wasn't easy to learn because I was afraid that my mother told me all these stories about canners blowing up. I don't know if
Right.
I should say
Right.
that, but that there's
Hey,
a
David.
safety mechanism on the canner now where it doesn't do that anymore. So, and people don't
Oh.
talk about that. There's a little lip on it where if it over pressurizes, that pops
Hey,
out and
David.
releases all the pressure. So
Oh,
canning is a
okay.
lot easier. The only thing you really have to worry about is making sure that your bottles are sealed. That's the
Right.
thing. And that you pressurize them for the time that it needs to be pressurized. Because I mean, I recommend going ahead and getting, the ball canning guide or something like this, rather than following what people on YouTube tell you. Even me, I would question everything that I says as a person watching it. Yeah, I would follow the technique, but as far as the timelines, I would use the pressure canning guide, or I think the USDA has one out there also. Because when you cook stuff or pressurize stuff, you have to pressurize it for a specific amount of time, or you could get sick and you could you could end up in the hospital or worse. So this is what I use.
She
And
was
I
so
mean, there's all
explicit.
kind of recipes in here, but I don't use the recipes. All I want to know is how long I have to pressurize it to make it safe.
Well, you were so explicit in how you demonstrated and explained canning, the part that you were doing. That's what really blew me away, you guys. When you go in there and watch her, she go detail by detail in layman's terms, and she make it plain. She makes it real plain. I was like, okay, I got it. When I get ready to do my canning, I'm gonna go with what she said and what she did, and I'm gonna watch this video again because I've seen plenty of videos, but for some reason or another, things were not connecting. So you made it so plain. That's why another thing, another reason why I was so impressed with your
Oh,
video.
thank you.
And people, because of the weather that we're having, these tornadoes and all these storms and the power going out, you need to listen to the way she's prepared for, whatever what may. Because we don't know. We don't. We
Yeah, we
had
don't.
who was that just came through here the other day? The other storm.
Barrel. Oh, there's another one. That what is
Was
the
it
new
what,
one
Debbie
what,
that's
just
going?
hit.
Debbie.
It's still hitting. She's still doing some stuff.
Yeah, but we thought we were gonna get hit bad here in Georgia, and they were saying, "Oh, Central Georgia," and either people here leave,
Well,
and all.
Savannah got hit really bad, and
Really,
Oh,
South Carolina, Charlotte, South Carolina got hit really bad.
oh, really? I need to call my
Yeah,
cousin.
Savannah got it bad, and Charlotte, and is
yeah.
Okay.
expecting for it to turn around and come back through Charlotte.
Debbie. Okay, growing what
Lisa,
I, how you doing?
what
Growing what
up?
I eat, Debbie. Her name was Debbie.
Hello, David.
Hey,
Hey,
David.
Uh,
Grocery.
can we get somebody to drop her channel so that they can go back and watch the video?
It's Jamaica Life. So if they type in Jamaica Life, I should come up. Even type it in Jamaica,
Uh
they'll
huh.
find me.
Spell your name for 'em. I'll be back.
JAMERICA, and the channel is Jamaica Life.
Oh, okay. And Jane Doe dropped it already.
All
Oh,
right.
thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, Jane. She be on it.
Yeah, she dropped it a long time ago at
Oh,
9:30.
okay.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
gardening with Lisa, how you doing?
Now, where did you the book you have? Where did you find your book?
I bought it on Amazon. There are several books, but this is just, I mean, it says Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving. And it has a bunch of recipes in it. If you want to follow the recipes, you can. But all I do is like I'll go there and I'll look up like seafood and I'll just figure
Mhm.
out how much time I need to leave that joker in there. And it'll tell you. And like it says, place jar and pressure canner, adjust level, lock lid, bring to a boil, medium heat. I mean, these books will tell you exactly how to do it. It's not as visual as someone on YouTube, but from what I
Right.
can see on YouTube, the only one that there's two ladies that I used to follow, and they're really good. Homestead Heart and this other lady named Red. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if she's still around, but those two are they're pretty good. Yeah, they're good. But I do it myself now and I just use the book. Since I know the technique, all I need to
Right.
know is the times and how long I need to leave that stuff in a pressure canner in order for it to be shelf stable. And
Okay.
another thing, even if you do follow the book, because sometimes those cans fail. So if you put too much stuff on top of it, because I stack them about too high, sometimes the lid can pop off. Every now and then, a little pop off. So the best thing to do before you eat it is to smell it. I always smell it. So
Thank
Hey,
you,
I,
official
Amaya.
Jamia. Hey, Netta's Nest. How y'all doing?
hey,
Go ahead.
Gloria. Hey, Netta.
Now see,
Thank you
that's
for
Oh,
my
coming.
problem.
and
I'm
Gloria,
scared that
you
I
do.
might do something wrong, and I don't want to poison or hurt nobody.
That's why you follow the timelines that are in the bulk cannon guide versus what someone says. Because there are people pressurizing things that are not approved. Example, you're not supposed to, they say, you're not supposed to can milk. I do it, but I ain't gonna show nobody else how to do it because that will make
Right,
that could make somebody sick.
right.
But if the can seal fails, you'll know because it's gonna come off. The lid, you don't leave the lip, or you don't leave the ring on there. You take that ring off, and if the lid comes off, you'll know because it's probably going to smell up your house first of all because it's going to start rotting, and then it'll
Mm.
just fall off when you start moving it around. So it's easy. Never leave the ring on the can for that reason, because sometimes people, if you leave the ring on, if that stuff if the lid comes off, what will happen is the ring will cause it to look like it's called a false seal. So you take the ring off and let it just sit there without a ring. Let me go and get a can so I can show you what I'm talking about.
Okay, while
Okay.
she's doing that, I see we have Miss No Shoulder, the famous Miss Shoulder, No Shoulder. I call her Miss No Shoulder. Hey, Miss Lisa, how you doing? Thanks for coming.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, official Jamia.
Hi, officially, Jamia.
Hello, Salon Diva. Fr Humphrey is
Botulism.
here. Why
That's
is
what
this
you're
thing
talking
here?
about?
So here's the can, right? And this is the lid. You see that there's no lip on here? Some people would leave it like this because we're used to seeing bottles like this.
Yeah,
Never, ever, ever leave this thing on. Always
right.
take it off.
Take it off.
Oh,
And if this thing fails, you'll know because all that stuff, this lid will be off. In order for me to get this thing off, I have to use the can opener. And when it opens, another thing, when you open it, it's supposed to make a sound like a pop inside, like it's depressurizing. Because in this can, the pressure has condensed, and there's a bubble on this lid that depresses when the pressure, the pressure in the can decreases. So always take this thing off. The
okay.
only time I leave these things on is if I'm transporting from one place to another, and then I just put it on there lightly so that the lid doesn't come off, and then I take it off and make sure that this thing is sealed. See?
Oh,
I
okay.
never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Cause
So,
every time I've seen them, everybody have the lid still on them.
Some people don't want to store these things, but it's how are you going to know if this thing fails if you have this thing on and holding it down?
Right.
All of
That's
this
right.
around here is going to become corroded, and it's going to be a false seal, and you're not going to know that you got rotten food in here.
oh,
If you don't put this thing on there, you don't have that problem. Because if this lid fails, it's just going to slide off, and you'll know.
Right.
So,
Did you address the question?
what, que- what question?
I have it posted up here. I thought you couldn't smell it if it had poison, and she was talking about the botulism.
Botulism happens when you have a false seal or if you don't pressurize it for the amount of time that you need to pressurize it. Example, if I had chicken, it's going to be I say about 75, 90 minutes. That's why you use this thing to make sure that you get the correct timelines. I've been eating this stuff for a long time. I'm not keeled over yet. I haven't ended up in the hospital. Um, and when you take the lid off, it's supposed to make that sound. You listen for
Right.
that, and then you sniff it. I just sniff it as a precaution, but you don't have to
Anyway,
do that. As long as that makes that sound, you should be good to
mhm.
go. And if you pressurizing it yourself, I actually trust my stuff more than the store stuff because
okay.
you don't know
Mhm.
what's in there.
Because you know
You
what's in it.
should
Right.
because I work at a food manufacturer, and so
Mhm.
trust your stuff better than you trust theirs.
Yeah,
Mm.
I
Yeah,
know
cause
that my
I have
my
found I found a grasshopper in a can of green beans one time.
Oh,
Wow.
stop.
Mm,
Oh, Lord.
Yes,
The thing is,
ma'am.
the inside of those cans is sprayed with chemical.
Yep.
mm,
Yep.
So you know this is a bottle that I wash. You know what that this is glass, and that if you wash the bottle, this hopefully there's no chemicals in this because it's glass. So
Right.
I trust my stuff more than I trust them because I've been watching all these recalls and that stuff. I bought some. I wanted to make a sandwich the other day, and I was buying some turkey meat, and I thought to myself, am I gonna end up in the hospital behind a turkey sandwich? Because
Right.
everything's being recalled and we don't
Right.
find out until it's too late, until I don't know, thousands of people have ended up in it, and listeria is real.
Yes, it is.
Right.
It is.
So
Hey, D Mood. Yeah. So, and you bought turkey. Was it deli meat that you bought?
yeah,
And this was before the recall.
recently.
Recently.
Recently, and they said, and I said to myself, is this stuff going, because they don't know. I asked my Amazon, and I said, is it good, is this type of deli meat good? And the app said, basically, eat it at your own risk. We don't know.
Oh my God.
It's an
That would have been a no.
ongoing thing. They said that they don't know how many companies were affected by the listeria outbreak, and listeria can kill you.
Right.
So I'm sorry to
Yeah.
say that word, but that's what it does.
Yeah. Some people have died. I did a report, and some people have actually died from the
Yeah.
stereo. And so it's bad when the government continuously put out the warning. That's so people won't go by it. So I just tell people my opinion. I stay away from deli meat. I
What
just stay
I
away
did,
from it.
so I asked, I'm gonna say her name, Alexa, because I don't have her on right now. I asked her, I said, how can I make sure that if this meat has listeria on it, that I won't get, sick? And she said, heat it up. I shouldn't have ate it though. If I had to do that, I shouldn't have ate it.
You ate it at with
I,
the
I
after
made a
that.
sandwich. I heated it up. I fried that. I fried it was bologna. I fried the turkey before I
Hmm.
put it on the sandwich. Heated it up super hot just to make
Right.
sure that if there was any kind of bacteria on it, that heat would kill it. But I
Yeah.
Right.
shouldn't have had to do that because I could have
Right.
cooked my own turkey.
That's right.
Going through all this stuff and worried, eat my sandwich thinking that this could be my last meal.
See, but you gamble. But they do say to heat up to
Thank God
what
it's
three
our
hundred and
place.
sixty.
You heat
Yeah,
it up to what?
I think it's 360. Did you knock yourself out? Oh, there you are. Somebody left. Who left? Everybody here?
Uh,
I lost my
Rashid,
phone.
what her name?
Rashida? Yeah, you 360 degrees, I believe. Hi, Black Guns and Garden. Yeah, Unbiased
Really
LLC
dropped
said
off.
grasshopper just extra protein. I
Hi,
don't
guys.
think so.
Gosh, Lord have mercy. A
I don't
It,
think
grasshopper.
it was it wasn't no protein I wanted.
Wow.
Hey, Food Force
Hey,
Permaculture,
badass
how you
93
doing?
Stain. Thank you for coming in.
I need to
Hey,
sleep.
badass 93 Stain.
Oh, hey, food, forest permaculture. Oh, Lordy.
There
Who
you
wanted
are.
to eat some grasshoppers?
I'm back.
Where she at? There you go. You know,
That would have freaked me out. That would have freaked me out way
we,
too
we,
It
much.
we gonna
did.
let we gonna let Monique pray over all our food. She said a powerful prayer at the end of her live the other day, and I was like, that girl, boy, I tell you, she's a praying little mama. You can
Listen,
tell she's raised up in a blessed family.
Hi, Food
bless,
Forest.
bless the Lord.
Yes, you
Y'all are
did,
talking
bless the
about
Lord.
talking about food and recalls. It's a long
Hey,
process.
D Mood.
And
You go.
and you would think that the government has control, but it's really up to the company for certain
Mhm.
things to meet a certain criteria because it costs so much money to do an actual recall. So there's
Hmm.
like a soft process where they see how much they have in warehouse, then they'll see how much they have at the store. And if they can get it without letting the public know, that's what they're going to try to do long before that they let you know. So that's why
Wow.
the process is so long because they have to go through and have tests and then they want to find out why. Because if there's ever a lawsuit, there's always has to be a scapegoat.
Yeah.
So that's why I say trust yourself. You already know if you pick up something, somebody tell you it's good, but you smell it and it stinks, you ain't about to eat it. So trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. God gave us all good sense.
Amen.
Right.
Woo, Jesus, help me, Lord Jesus. Woo.
I got stories. I was sitting here just like I can't tell them all the stories I have. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
Don't tell your story. What's your story?
I
Enlighten
want
Oh,
me.
to hear it.
it's plenty of them. You can find cell phones, uh, feathers, twigs, people messing over the whether it's the equipment, the materials, the produce. That's all I'm saying. Whenever you eat something that you didn't make, you put your life in somebody else's hands.
That's
Amen.
true.
Yeah.
Whether it's a restaurant, whether it's a canned product or frozen product, you are really trusting them with your life.
That's
That's
true.
true.
That's
That's
true.
right.
Especially when they talk
That's
about
true.
rat droppings and rice. That's gonna be a video for tomorrow, and roach pieces and stuff. I was just too through.
Mm-mm.
You know,
They
I
say we
mean,
eat they say we eat a bunch of bugs every year, no matter what. There ain't nothing you can do
hmm
about it. But I would much rather, grow my own okra and wash it with some salt water and can it
Right.
up than go to the supermarket and be exposed to God knows what. Because
True.
yeah, this was exposed to air, but I know this came from the ground, and at least I know that it was, it's not alive right now, but it once was. Some of that stuff is not even food, it's fake.
yeah,
Right.
So,
Manufactured. Right.
And the
yeah.
color, a lot of the color is not even true colors.
Listen.
If when you oh, I'm trying not to tell myself because I still need my job. When you look at stuff in the store in the glass and you're like, oh, it has this beautiful color. But when you can it at home and it doesn't have that color, that's because the corporation added cut the food dyes to it
Mhm.
to make it
right,
look a certain way.
right,
Right.
And
Right.
so,
I
yeah.
right.
talked about that with the chicken because I cull chickens occasionally. And when I do that, mainly roosters, they've all been roosters. When I do that, I look at the meat and it doesn't have any fat on it. And it's not pink. It's like a darker colored meat than what I see in the supermarket. It's totally different. And
Right.
I'm like, okay, well, why is the meat at the supermarket? I mean, it has a big old glob of fat on it and
Mhm.
it's a different color. It
Because
don't make no sense.
the chickens don't range. They're bred in a spot. Those chickens do not move. That's why a lot of
hmm
times when you get chicken legs, if anybody eat chicken legs or leg quarters, they're
Mhm.
broken because you have this fat chicken on legs that never walked. They never
Wow.
moved. And then when
hmm
you have like your beef and things, they add food dyes to it. But this started way back. Anybody ever watch the History Channel's Foods That Made America?
That's it. That's
Oh,
it. I have to watch it.
they do a short introduction on one of them. It's interesting, and it's somebody else's perspective. But when we began to leave farms and come to cities, people in the cities didn't really have food, and so people were selling spoiled milk, and they were adding things to it to make it look white and do
Mm.
all these things. So this stuff has
Mm.
always been going on, but now it's sort of kind of government control that they're only using safe things to keep your food refrigerated or different things. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you
a
just
lot of when
remind me
people
of
say, "Oh,
something.
this meat was red," I'm
She's
like, and when
frozen.
you take that meat off that cow,
Let me
that
talk
meat
while
is
she's
not that
coming
red.
back on.
Uh-uh.
Example, if you when I buy bread from the supermarket, I have bread right over there that'll last a week or so. If I make fresh bread,
It be still
it
in two
goes
days.
moldy in 3 days. And I'm like, so why is that bread still here 7 to 10 days later with not a speck of mold on it? But I make fresh bread and I can't keep it in the house. What's the
hmm
difference?
hmm
Preservatives,
Artificial.
Yeah.
What's that they got in there? Artificial stuff and additives
additives, and preservatives, things
and
you can't.
preservatives.
Mhm.
And like
That's why
Medicine
you can
says, it's so
find.
true. We consume, we are the consumers. We purchase with our eyes. So true. They give us what our eyes want,
That's
pretty and
right.
convenient.
Right.
Hmm.
We shop with our eyes.
Yeah,
And for
yeah,
convenience.
yeah. Convenience is
And
big.
convenience.
We gotten real lazy.
Hmm.
Real. I was when I grew my apples and I was showing people on the video. I said, "No, look, you probably wouldn't buy this in the store because it has
I saw
blemishes."
that video.
Yeah. My pears, they have blemishes. So
Mhm.
because you've been trained to buy pretty and perfect, and that's
And
not the truth.
shiny.
Right,
Hmm.
right.
Hey,
Three
Yeah.
to
Heavy.
five milking goats for milk, butter, and cheese. Good eating goat. All so they mow down the brush for exposing the growing food. That's roll out of red chickens or eggs and meat.
Mm.
Okay, okay.
I
Jennifer,
have some
she's
Rhode
like,
Island Reds. Those are nice birds. They're nice.
Mm.
I have two of them, and they lay eggs often, and their eggs are brown.
oh really?
Mhm.
So do you have multicolored ads coming to you every day, or so you
I
can
have
let
some light green eggs. I have white eggs. I have tan eggs, and I have brown eggs.
so you know
Oh.
which egg which chicken laid what egg by the color.
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
After a while, you start recognizing, especially the green eggs. I know
Right.
who does that. The brown eggs,
Right.
I know that's the Rhode Island Reds. Um, and the beige eggs are usually my white birds.
Do you sell your eggs?
I'm getting ready to start.
Okay, I'll be your first customer.
I knew it was coming.
Where are you
Doggone it.
at? Aren't you in Houston?
Yep. Hey, girl, travel for food.
I'll meet you in LaGrange or something.
Hey, look at here. Road trip.
I think that or Katy, them two places in the Midway.
So
Katie,
about how many
look
eggs
here.
a day
Look
do you
here. Look
collect
the
with 30
street.
chickens?
Oh, God.
Right now, not all of them are full grown. I think I get around 17. I took half of them out to that other place though. There, half of them are out in the woods. I couldn't
Hey,
have more than two
Valerie
on the
Shop.
chicken.
Half of them in the woods.
Hmm. I have a little plot of land in the woods. We built. That's what we were out this weekend. Excuse me. We were out there this weekend. They're finishing the coop because I have too many here. This is not the area to have that many chickens, so I'm starting to rotate them out, move them out of here.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you're gonna keep what about 15 there and then 15 in the other place?
I think I'm going to take most of them out there, and I'll keep
Mm-hmm.
about six here, and they'll all be hens, no roos. Well, the roosters are getting ready to get culled. I don't need that many roosters.
The rooster's been busy. Hey,
They
uniform
are,
lady.
yeah, they are, and poor hens. I feel bad for them.
Mm.
I feel bad for them
Hey,
sometimes.
hey.
Hey, D. Mood. What's
Hello,
up?
ladies. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Rude.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I saw your invite. I just woke up. I'm like a baby. I had to take my nap.
That's okay. That means you can stay up late then.
Hey, Jamaica. Does Jamaica stand for Jamaican American? Because that's what I call my
Sure
kids.
does. My mother's
Okay.
Jamaican.
Okay, that's what I call my
Oh.
kids. I'm Jamaican. My wife is American. I call both of them Jamaican because I told them, I said, you're half and half. You in two worlds.
Yeah, I forgot to say, she's a mixture of two beautiful worlds. Beautiful worlds. And you can tell by
Oh,
the
Jamaica
way
is
she's
beautiful,
growing.
but I wouldn't want to live there because they don't have the supplies that the United States has. So I go there to visit.
I
so
hear
I've
that
been
a lot.
so I've been listening in the chat, and you hit on a lot of things that I often bring up, and one of the things that you just talked about was the bread. The last live I was in, I just brought that up. I'm like, because I bake my own bread. When you do go to the store and buy a bread, you're like, wait a minute, how is this thing lasting like 10 days? I know when I
Exactly.
make bread, if I do not put it in the refrigerator after 2 days, that thing is going to go bad.
Yep.
So it goes back to what y'all have saying pretty much is like the young lady in the at the bottom with glasses on. What is it about it?
Rosita.
Rashida.
I like how she's talking about your food because when I lived in North Carolina, in Rayford, there was a chicken plant from us, and occasionally they would give you tours. And I went and I saw how they do some of this stuff, and y'all would be shocked how your food is actually processed.
Handled. Mhm.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna
So
be
it goes back to this though. You can eat your food, but you have to take your preventive measures. That's why when they say wash your chicken, they're not playing. Wash your chicken.
Some people don't.
I
They
know.
think they think that cooking it is enough.
Gonna
I
kill it.
I was raised, well, Jamaicans, they wash your chicken
Wash your
always.
chicken.
It's some lemon juice or some
Oh,
lemons, some fresh lemons,
hilarious.
Yep.
or they use vinegar. That's what
Yeah.
Jennifer.
my
Yeah.
mom used.
The, the,
Something acidic to take whatever that is from the skin. You're not going to get it all, but it gets some of it off. So
yep. You want to say the life. This is something I tell my kids all the time. The life you save will be your own.
Right.
And when I was in charge of people for the couple times I was in harm's way, I used to always tell my people that the life you save will be your own. So I always used to say, if you're trying to save your life, that will automatically mean you'll save mine.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Um,
When we
and
talk when they
I
talk
want,
about washing chicken, my grandparents were in the depression. So when back in the day when you got chicken and bought food, may have hay on it, it may have grass, it may have corn. Food nowadays don't even have any of that in there.
I know.
None of that because a lot of that stuff is not even outside. And I'm like,
Right.
the only reason they think you can't wash it because you don't even know where food's supposed to come from.
Right.
But
Right.
I've been washing my chicken for 50 years. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do. Keep washing my chicken.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
See, a lot of things that happened during the the event that happened in 2020 where they were telling people to do proper hygiene. I'm like, wait a minute, this is stuff that we were normally doing. What are y'all talking about?
Not
To
Because they
find
weren't
everybody.
out
doing it.
that a
Because
lot
they
of
wasn't
people
doing it.
did.
That's why they were buying sanitizer because they wasn't washing their bodies.
They listen. We back to normal
Oh,
now. People not doing it. You go to a public facility and you go use it, and you're washing your hand, and you'll see somebody come in and they'll walk out and be like, "Wait a minute, you just."
Okay.
So again, it goes back to one how people are raised. I had a nephew, and he came and stayed with us a couple times during the summertime, and his mom said, "You're a man. Help me with him because he don't know how to wash himself." I'm like, well, first of all, you his mama. What you mean he don't know how to wash? Did you instruct him? Because who taught me was my grandmother. I live with my grandmother in Jamaica. She'd be like, you better wash you better skin this and flip this and wash that and what. So anyhow, I said, okay, let me help her. So
Hey, Jennifer.
he went in the showers. I went in there with him and like, okay,
Hey,
show me how you
Jennifer.
wash yourself.
Jesus.
And that boy
Hi,
stood in
Jennifer.
he stood in one end of the tub and the other end of the tub was the water. And he reached his hand out just to get a little water. I'm like, bruh, no.
No
So
need.
I had to give him a block of instruction. But we're laughing, but there is a lot of people that do not know how to wash themselves.
Good night.
And I'd like to say something because my brother taught me something. We were
Night,
going, I
sweetheart.
wash my hands all the time, right? So in Austin, they had this thing where they didn't want you to wash your hands. They had this hand sanitizer near the doors at the restaurants. And my brother said the hand sanitizer, which is a chemical, is not going to kill any pesticide, insecticide, chemicals that you get on your hands. He said, always, even if they have hand sanitizer, do not use that because that's not going to do it for you. You could poison yourself from simply opening a door handle at a restaurant and using hand sanitizer because it does nothing to get rid of the chemical. The only thing that can get rid of the chemical is going to the bathroom and washing your hands with some soap and water.
Hi,
right.
Shantae.
Right.
And
Hello, Shante. Yes. Yes.
you don't
Exactly.
even have to wash your hands long. 30 seconds on the warm to hot water with soap, right? Even if you don't have soap, just rub them together. The reason why, and I was a lab tech for 7 years, and I used to teach laboratory science, right? The reason why you rub your hands together is the skin layers on your hand peel
Don't be
off.
sorry. Thanks for the
Yes,
raid.
Anita.
We are constantly producing skin cells. So you're
Mm-hmm.
not
Mhm.
losing them when you rub them off.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
if you overuse those chemical alcohol sanitizers, it will damage your skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. People think that their hand sanitizers are safe and they use that as an excuse for washing their hands. And I come across that all of the time. And I'm like, technically, after the first 2 to 3 times you use it, it's no good. It's
Yeah.
not doing anything in the first place, but the little good that it may have been doing, it stops. They taught us
Yeah.
that when I was teaching school.
Yeah.
So, but
If you
people do them.
if you want to use a sanitizer, you know what you use? Hydrogen peroxide.
Yep,
Mm-hmm. I clean my counter with that and
yep.
bleach. If
The
you
most
like when I'm doing the chicken, after I clean the chicken and I get chicken water all over in the inside of the sink, I just
Hmm.
back it up with some bleach and bleach the sink.
There you
yeah,
go.
A lot of the people who say, don't wash your chicken because the chicken water get all
That's
over the
because they
place
don't
and
clean
I
their
make mistakes.
house. That's
But
why. That's why they nasty.
I don't know. Can you
Gee.
see it?
Mhm.
I was trying to put.
but
This
one of
is
the
a.
most
You say they nasty,
one of the most
but they
effective
are.
bacteria and viruses that dead that you keep in your house is sodium hypochlorite. Anybody know what sodium hypochlorite is?
I don't know
Mm-mm.
about that one.
Bleach.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh.
That's the scientific name of bleach. It's called sodium hypochlorite. That's it. Because I worked one of the research facilities I work can't name it, but we
Mhm.
used to do HIV testing, AIDS testing, hepatitis testing. And when I first got there, I was like, okay, so how are we going to destroy all this stuff? Everybody always thinks heat. Of course, heat does it, but
Just
bleach,
it makes stuff grow, right?
bleach solution kills everything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
bleach.
The other thing is most viruses, guess what they love? Heat.
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 They
Yeah.
multiply.
That's
Right.
why whenever you hear about cold viruses and stuff, it's weird. I could go down a rabbit hole. I'm gonna let that one go. I'm gonna let that one go by me real smooth.
Okay.
Look at Monique up there laughing because she already know.
Okay.
Well,
Look.
another thing is, I'm not a scientific mind. All right. I grew
Hmm.
up around old people. And washing your hand, washing your body, cleaning out the sink when you're done, washing your chicken. When they say, well, your whole kitchen is dirty, I'm like, how are you washing that chicken? Are you slinging it over your head and getting chicken water all on the walls? And then when you get done, you just not gonna wash. I don't understand the way these people think. And then it's like, well, your sink is dirty. Wash out the sink. You
You know,
got soap,
Yeah.
you got bleach, you got hot water. Make it happen. How hard is
Oh,
it?
Lord.
When my grandparents lived to be in their 80s, and you telling me everything they did was wrong, but we the ones dying? Shut
yeah.
ain't talking to me.
You
Right.
know what? The most effective things you can do, and you don't have to do it every day and be OCD, but
Mm,
just take you a little bit of bleach in some water,
Hi,
right?
Serena.
And just wipe your doorknobs. Because how constantly do you
Yeah.
go in and out your house? Just wipe
mhm.
your doorknob, wipe your refrigerator thing. I'm not saying do it every day, but once in a while, just sanitize those. Just what we call it is calling cutting down the disease carrying vector. Your doorknob is one of the most effective place. If remember when this thing happened in 2020, what were they worrying about? Money. That's bullshit. Because guess what? Virus needs a living host. So there was a lot of misinformation that was put out by the media. And God bless them, these media people are not medical. They were reading a script.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Me, who the federal government actually sent me to a school to learn all this stuff, because I used to work for the U.S. Army Biological Warfare. Me, who worked, they actually sent me to school. I'm sitting there listening to this stuff, and I'm actually telling my family the measures that they need to do to save their own life, right?
Mhm.
If you did it, you did it. If you didn't, you didn't. But a lot of stuff that people just were doing online and saying to people and stopping people and put the mask on and do this and do that, that was all nonsense. But you know what? Most of us, because I'm gonna put myself in it, even though I'm not, most of us are sheep. We're gonna go along with whatever they tell us, rather than saying, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Most people will not question what the government says or people that they
Right.
think are in charge. And I'm not saying be that one that just wants to go anti this, but sometimes you got to make sense. And guess what? When you make sense of it, you ain't got to tell nobody. Just do your own thing.
Yeah.
You do not have to announce it. Here in Virginia, when all that stuff was happening, our governor put out a thing that told neighbor to spy on their neighbors. If you see your neighbor doing something, report it. And I was like, what the hell? Because we had curfews here. I don't know what y'all had in y'all state, but
Oh,
we
we
had
didn't have that.
curfews here, right?
No, we
So
didn't have that.
you could go out in the morning for medication and food, and you had to be off the road by 6. And
Wow.
literally, because
Yeah.
remember now, during World War II, that's what the Nazis did to the Jews. They had neighbors spying on neighbors. Guess what? We literally were doing that during the 2020 period here in this state. I don't know what happened in your state, but here,
No, it wouldn't
Yeah,
happen. It wouldn't fly in Texas.
we had a
No, we
curfew
didn't do that.
also.
y'all was good
Uh-uh.
in
I think
Texas. Y'all was
ours
good
was
in
8
Florida. I was
o'clock.
jealous.
That didn't fly in Texas. No.
Yeah, y'all was good in Texas and y'all was good in Florida. I was jealous. I wanted to be in one of y'all states
The
No, we
only
had a
thing that
curfew here in the city.
initially, right?
Yeah, we had one here in the city.
Initially,
wow, I didn't know that.
I think
right?
I
we had one here too
Initially,
in Houston.
because
really.
I
Yeah.
know the governor
Yeah,
shut
you
that
had to be in
down.
by 10 or something like that
No, that
So
didn't happen in
during that
Austin.
time.
I think
That did
ours
not
was
happen in
8.
Austin. As a matter of
That's
fact, a city worker, because I used to work for the city, a city worker got stopped by a police officer when this thing first kicked off, and they got in touch with him and told him to never do that again, because there are essential workers out
right,
that work,
right.
and they have to be out sometimes in the middle of the night, and no one should be stopped. So our director told us, if you all are going somewhere and someone stops you, get the police officer's badge name and all this stuff, because we do not want that to happen here in Austin. We didn't have that problem. The only thing that we did have here was that if you left Texas, they didn't want, when you came back, they didn't want you to come out your house for a while.
Yeah.
So
But you know what? I'm gonna show you because we were talking about if you can something is look one color and another color. I'm gonna show you all an easy, simple one. Think about your cucumbers that you grow. When you harvest your cucumbers, you know you gotta hold that thing with care because it has pricklies on it.
mhm.
You go to the grocery store. Them people don't know nothing about that. They just grab their cucumber. They don't know that it has prickly on it. I remember the first time me and my wife was out there harvesting, and she grabbed the cucumber. She like, "Hey, something wrong with this cucumber," because she had never seen a truly organic cucumber. Most people don't know.
Mm.
So that's why I say most people. I watched a video. I think yesterday or early this morning because I was up late and they were saying you can tell the food is off because all we got to do is look at our animals, look at our dogs. Dogs are having cancers like humans now, and
Yeah,
they're dying quicker.
yeah.
Their lifespan has been shortened. Most of them used to go 14, 16 years. Now most of them only live in 7, 8 years.
Mm,
So it can't be lifestyle. It got to be something that we're consuming.
right.
And it goes back to what you said, Jamaica. If you don't make it yourself, you don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, you still don't know because it's exposed to the air, right? But at least I know it was alive and it was once in the ground and it came from the ground. It's not some kind of plastic that they made look like
Right.
it, because I saw that video where they were making lettuce from chemicals, and it looked like lettuce, and,
Oh,
Yeah.
and
wow.
it just freaked me out.
Yeah.
Listen, I
I
saw the
saw that
video
too.
where they
Hey,
were selling.
Chris.
I saw the video where they were selling Jamaica. The Chinese were selling them plastic rice. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Yes,
Plastic rice.
yes, yes.
They
Plastic
were
rice
selling them
exists.
plastic rice.
Mm-hmm.
Craziness. But it wasn't just
Plastic.
Jamaica. They were selling it all over the place.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Wow.
probably here too.
fake food, fake medication. I remember it was years ago, had to be early 90s. There was this big thing on 2020 about buying your medications online. I think it was some company in China selling was it vials of chemotherapy medication. They were full of water. There were
Wow.
pills that were shaped to look like another pill made out of drywall.
Oh,
So you really have to be careful about everything.
You know,
Right.
it's so funny. If you're gonna go through all that effort to make fake stuff, just make the real thing.
You would think.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just make the real thing.
Well,
Yeah, you're right, God's Desire. I've seen one.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all something else I love to say. If God don't keep the city, the watchmen watch in vain.
That's
Mm.
right.
Because
Mm,
you just don't know how evil people can
That's
be, and you
right.
don't know the evil imaginations of systems and groups of people. And
yep.
so it's just
Yeah.
best for us to
Yeah.
just be as wise as we can. Always be learners. Don't feel like you know everything. You can't be the smartest person in the room. And listen, even if you don't agree, just listen and watch. And things will begin to show themselves to you as you
Always.
go about.
Hey,
Always.
Right,
GT.
right, exactly. Um, who was that I just saw that said that they grew the first time they grew a cucumber, they thought something was wrong with it because you were so used to seeing it one way out of the store.
Smooth.
Mhm.
smooth and shiny.
Smooth and
Mm,
shiny, yep.
yuck.
Because
And when I go there right now, I'm like, this is what kind of cucumber is this? It ain't supposed to
listen,
look like that.
every time I go, there's two produce that I look at that just always throws my brain: cucumbers and bell peppers. When I see these giant ass bell peppers, I'm like, what are y'all putting on them?
Tasteless,
Because I grew
tasteless
up
bell
with you
peppers.
don't
Add that.
get.
She said tasteless.
Huge.
Mhm.
Tasteless, huge, tasteless bell pepper. It just
Well,
don't.
everything tastes like water. It has no taste to it. So the kids are
Mhm.
very confused. First of all, our children don't know. A lot of them don't know where food comes from. They think it comes
Exactly.
from
Right.
the store. So we've got to continue to educate the youth so they'll know how to take care of themselves when we're gone, and they can teach their children because right now they don't have a clue.
Mhm.
They're puzzled when you show them where the apples come off the tree and the potatoes come out the ground, and they just don't know these things, and they're used to eating this stuff out the store that's tasteless. So when you give them something that's right off the tree, they're just amazed. Actually, they think something's wrong with the fruit, and they think something's wrong with the vegetables because it doesn't taste like that nasty stuff in the grocery store and doesn't look like it. So we've got to work with our young people. We've got, hopefully they'll continue to increase programs in school where they would teach agriculture and gardening like they used to a long time ago. That needs to be a must, for our children to educate them. But
I,
the powers that be don't want them to know.
You know,
I also
unfortunately, a lot of our generation folks have made farming boogeymen for younger generations. Like, oh, you don't need to be doing that. Just go to the store and da 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 da. Da. No, you need to learn how to feed yourself in case something happens.
It's
Like America. I actually grew up in Jamaica. I came here when I was a teenager. I did not see indoor microwave, refrigerator, wash machine till I was 16. I am like, what's that? I didn't know none about none of that stuff. So everything that was done, what my grandmother made or my dad made, we ate that day. And if there were leftovers, it was recooked or reheated. Like if there was a dumpling that was cooked, it was split down the middle and fried the next day.
yep.
Nothing was wasted. And as far as growing stuff, my grandmother would say, go outside and pick some banana. I go outside and the banana tree right there and I cut it down. And I showed my kids, I'm like, you know where bananas come from, right? Yeah, they said the supermarket. No, 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 no. It come off a
From the
tree.
bush.
And it's not even a tree, it's a plant.
It's
Hmm.
a bush because I mean, once it grow, once that one stalk produce banana, that stalk ain't gonna produce no more banana again.
Right. One and done. But you know what it do? It puts out a whole bunch of pups.
Yeah.
And so
And
if you do what you're supposed to do right by watering it or put it in a proper location, it'll keep producing for you.
it's not just the younger generation that's like that. There are just people who,
adults.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
We
who
don't know.
go to they don't want to grow nothing. They get it from the grocery store and they go to McDonald's and Burger King like they're 15 years old, and then they wonder why they got
Yeah.
huge health problems. I mean,
Yeah, Mike is right. Bananas are grass. There's two things that I know are like grass: bananas and sugar cane. They're in the grass family. They'll
Mhm.
just grow. They'll grow for you.
Hey, 755.
And then people think, oh, well, I just come to your house if something happens. I hear that
That's
so
what.
often.
Oh my goodness,
I'm
preach.
coming
They
to
not
that.
coming. They not coming.
Not
They
coming,
said they
Rashida.
said, but they ain't coming. You know why? Because they don't want to have to go pick it. You know, there's a lot of people like, I want some greens. Come
Oh
get
yeah.
it.
Come
If you
get
go
it.
out here and pick
Come
them,
get
you
it.
can
That's
get
what
them.
I was
They
gonna
ain't
say.
coming.
Come get it.
They ain't
But in
coming.
my case, I already have the stuff
Well,
canned.
Mm-mm.
you're so right. Though. I have a friend that came to pick up some stuff for me the other day. I love her dearly. I told her, wear some shoes and socks and cover yourself up because I was going to let her go out there and pick her stuff. She came all dressed up to the nine with some pants and flip flops on. I looked at her and said, where you going? And at this point, our grass had overgrown because we had all this, water, this rain, and it was too wet to cut the grass, especially on the end bank, on the bank. And so she just stopped in the driveway and looked at me. I said, well, you can't come down in here. Mosquitoes going to eat you up. Plus, she was standing in the grass and they were tearing on their heads. So I was like, let
Wow.
me go get you some food. And you just stand right there. But you're so right. I just experienced that the other day. You're
Yeah.
not, she looked at me like I was crazy.
But it's a lot of people, and I think it depends on where they come from. As far as a lot of people say, well, you know a lot. Well, they would say this when I was younger. You know a lot for your age, but my mother was the baby of 11. So when I was born,
Mm,
my grandparents were really older. Born in 1927, 1928.
Mm.
So a lot of things were taught to us. Some people are 5 generations away from whether it's sharecropping, farming, gardening, and have no clue. And for
mhm,
us to think, I'm gonna get myself in trouble again,
Mm-mm.
that the government and the public school system is going to teach our children, they're not.
They're
I
mm-mm.
not.
had the same conversation with people in my Sunday school class. We're expecting people to do things for us that we are able to do for ourselves.
Mhm.
And whether it's church related, whether it's black people related, orange people related, we have enough resources within our communities to educate each other.
Right,
But we want to say it's the public school system. Before there was a public school system, we educated our own children. When
right.
we were segregated, we educated our own children. And they knew how to read, they knew how to write, they knew how to play instruments. We had people, that people didn't originate from slavery, they originated from Africa. Come on. And then they're all over the world. We everywhere. You can't get away from a black person. We're in Japan, we're in Asia Minor. I'm going Bible, but Asia Minor, UK, Scotland, and we're all experienced and we can educate one another. And
Right,
so public school's not going to do it.
True.
Mm-mm.
right.
They're not going to do it. So it's up for us. Who was that saying? Each one teach one. I think it was Miss Marie from Homestead Heart. It's up to us to teach. Well, my nieces and
Right,
nephews come over. TT, you got a garden? Yes. Let me show you this. Let me
right.
show you that. Let me show you this. And just really just do our part to get the information out there.
But see, the problem is the younger generation doesn't even want to learn. I mean,
Yeah.
I have two 20 somethings, late 20 somethings. They'll come and assist me and stuff, but they ain't trying to get out in that dirt at all.
No, no. But the thing about that though is
They know how to do it though. If
comes
if
one
stuff
sow
is
a
the
seed.
fan, they know how to do it. They just don't care
Hmm.
to do it.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, we have to sow the seed. Somebody will
Oh,
water. There's a lot of things I do now. Let me tell y'all, I didn't garden. My dad had a garden. There is no way, like you said, I will go out there. But I'll tell you what, when he stopped gardening and I had to go buy my own groceries and look at these nasty greens they want to charge me for $3 a bundle for.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, psh, I can grow me
Mm-mm.
some greens. So I'm gonna pay you $4 a bundle for some nasty greens. That's when I started gardening.
Yep.
So we
Yeah.
have to put it in them. They may not do it when we want them to do it or when we think they
that's
ought
true.
to.
That's
And like
true.
you
'Cause
say, when the thing hit the fan, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I know how to make a fire. I know
Say
how to
it,
light up my house.
say
I can
it,
live without electricity for a
The
few days."
thing,
say it.
shoot, the thing has hit the fan. Look
Yeah,
at these
well, they
prices.
don't
It is
understand,
already hit.
but they don't know that
that is
because
so
It's
true.
if you
already
see the
hit.
young people, if they have a covering,
That's
the
so
adults are
true.
paying the price. We
Mm-hmm.
sitting here paying for the cell phone, paying for the internet, making
Uh,
sure they got food, making sure they got lights, making sure they got water. But I'm talking about when it hit the fan for them.
Oh, I see. I see. I
When
Well,
it
see.
when
isn't
it
it?
Well,
in their brain.
Look, when that cell thing happened about what it was it a week and a half ago, and it was Microsoft had a glitch
It's off, yeah.
when the what was 2 weeks ago with the airports and all the situations with the computers
Yeah.
going down. I mean, even the stock market here lately, it's going all that trickles down to them. They're just not paying attention. But when it all hit at one time, and like Jamaica, you said on your video the other day, people getting these what you call them the electric cars, the EV cars,
EVs.
and your
Mm.
electricity going out. How do you charge your car?
Mona, Mona, did you know anybody over there in Houston that had an electronic vehicle? Because they were done. They couldn't go
no,
nowhere.
I don't know. I don't think anybody that I know will fool with electrical vehicle because electrical vehicle only go 50 miles.
And if that joker get wet, they were catching fire last time.
See,
And if it get cold, they can't open the doors. Hey, Mona, let me ask you a quick question because I've been seeing a lot of news traffic about people attacking those utility workers down there. What's going on?
They probably mad
you
because they ain't got no
asking me
electricity.
what's going
But see, the thing about it is, those utility workers, they're not from Houston. They came in to help them get the
They
heat.
come to help and they don't want to pay them so they can help.
Oh, okay, okay, I get it now.
Well,
Because
you
see,
know, Jamaica,
the news
you
on
live
the
in
like,
Dallas. I mean, you live in Texas. Did you hear anything about that?
About the utility workers being
Uh huh.
harassed? Yeah, I heard about it.
yeah,
But the,
it's
the
on the
thing
news
is,
down here.
the reason why people are getting mad is because they ain't got their food is rotten. They hot because it's hot in Texas. It's hot. And then they see a utility worker there who has not been dispatched anywhere, probably sitting there trying to eat his
Bullshit.
poor little lunch, and they think that he's just loafing while they're suffering. When
Yeah.
in actuality, it's not that worker's fault, it's the company's fault.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
a lot of those guys are quitting the contract. A lot of them are like, you know what? I don't need this aggravation. I'm going back home. So I know the a lot of mayors down there have come out and asked the city folks to let them do their job so we can get the power back up and the grid working and whatever. But I
But
mean, once you
you know
get
what?
people
You
frustrated,
know
they
what I
get
think? I don't mean to cut you off, but
for it.
the poor people probably don't have were the last ones to get lights. That's just how
Exactly.
it is. They're
Yeah.
gonna
Exactly.
get them lights on, and it happened here in Austin when we had Uri years ago. The
Mm.
freeze. The city on I-35. There's two. We call it the East Side, which is the minority side. Well, it used to be. Now it's gentrified, so it's all mixed in. And then there was the city part where all the hotels and the ritzy place was. All the lights on one side of I-35 was on, and the other side was dark.
You
Oh
know,
wow.
you know
So
what? You know about privilege, and I found out, I guess 2 years ago, we had really bad storm here in Virginia, and lights were down, power lines were down. Well, where I live in Virginia, all our power lines are run underground. They don't run the poles up. So we didn't have lights, or so I thought. Like, well, why is our lights going on? I'm looking everywhere else. Everywhere else is dark. Well, what I found out was my neighbor, my neighbor next door, he actually works for the state, and he is considered high priority individual where they
mm,
had to make sure his stuff was on. So consequently, because his stuff had to be on, we go on the
Everybody's
top
stuff was on.
of the list,
Hmm.
and they come through and fix everything. Now, all that priority, all that special privilege is gone because he retired. So we're gonna be just like everybody else.
Hmm. Hmm.
Y'all know what? This
Hmm.
is funny because I live across the street from a public school. And they have been, when I tell you, they must have put millions of dollars in both of these schools because they've changed to STEM schools. The front of my driveway needed to be fixed. And I said, Lord, how am I going to fix this driveway? Because I don't know if I got this money. Next day, the construction guy knocked on my door. The school's power and their internet runs up under your driveway, and we need to get under the end of your driveway.
wow.
Look at God.
We gonna jack this up And when we get done fixing everything, we gonna pave it. So you
Okay.
know the second prayer I prayed, I said, Lord, whatever they put in that school that's gonna keep them school lights on and keep the internet on, I said, let it hook up to mine. Let it hook up to mine in Jesus' name. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
But those things, we can get privilege. It'll overflow.
Yeah.
But imagine how insulting it is. You already struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, trying to pay your bills to keep your lights on, and you don't have lights for 3 weeks because you are in the wrong neighborhood.
Wrong side of town.
Yeah.
The wrong side
That's
of town.
probably why they were. And
I agree.
going in those neighborhoods, sometimes the people, like, I don't come from a friendly neighborhood in New York, and sometimes people. First of all, you got people in there kind of hoodish, and now they ticked off, so they're gonna take it out on anybody who they think is responsible, and
That's
of
true.
course those workers, if they're there, they're gonna take it out on them because
They're gonna take it out
wanna-
on them, and it ain't even their fault.
Yeah, it's not their decision to make.
Yep.
Nope.
They just they're doing a job. Hey Mona, I saw you cut that Korean melon earlier. I was over here, my mouth was getting watered.
You know what?
I
Don't
hope
you
you
start,
saved
because
some seeds.
I look, I got the other half I need to go on and eat. You know what I'm saying?
So, did you
What
scrape
melon?
those? Did you scrape those seeds out in some water?
Yes, I did, and I put them in some water, and then I put them on the paper towel over there to dry up,
Yeah.
and then I scraped them off the paper towel so they don't stick to the paper towel. But it'll be okay if the paper
You know what
towel
you
a
need
little
to
bit on
do?
there. But
Just use
yes,
some
sir.
parchment paper or some wax paper. That's what I use, and it does not stick to that. That's how I save my seeds. I
Okay,
put them
wax paper.
wax paper or parchment paper, either one.
Okay,
Oh,
And
good.
when you pull it off the roll, just take the wax paper and crush it up in your hand. That way the seeds don't slide all around. And just lay down and put the seeds on there. That was a trick that I actually found on YouTube. Because I used to just cut the parchment paper off and lay it down. And I'm like, why the seeds are sliding all the place? Once you crush it up, then it has somewhere to stick to. But
I'm sorry. I just put on here my Cash app for everybody to see. And the reason why it's on there is we were talking about those who were affected by Hurricane Beryl. One of our gardening friends is without food right now still. So if you would like to go to my Cash app and donate so I can send it to them so they can have food until things get straightened out. Somebody we all know and love, but I happen to know that there's a food issue because they lost all their food. You can't save the whole world. I wish I could save everybody. But if I know one person individually who's a very beautiful person that needs some help, I'm just reaching out to the gardening community to just send the money there. And I promise you, I show receipts, and so I can directly send it to them so they can buy some food until things get straightened out. So it's also on my my homepage over at Georgia Peanut Garden too.
You don't want us to know who it is, so okay,
I have to get permission.
okay,
That makes sense.
because there are ways we could get food to them.
okay.
Who said that? Jamaica?
Instacart, all kind of stuff. That's how I
Okay.
get food to my mama.
Okay.
Instacart.
Then I will definitely, we'll talk about that. Yeah.
You have my email.
Yes, ma'am, I do. I looked you up. And
And Mona, to answer your question from earlier, you were asking the seeds were tiny. That's how they get. They don't get much bigger than that.
Well, you know what, D-Mo? I'm glad I got you. You brought that up because
Your Korean melon was fully ripe. It was perfect. It was the right color. And the main things you want to look for is that white line that goes around. That is 100% right. You're
You know
good.
what?
wow.
I got another one out there. So you know what I'm gonna do tomorrow?
Mhm.
I said I wasn't gonna do no videos, but I'm gonna do a video while I harvest that one.
What type
Because I
of
still
melon
got
was it?
another one out there.
What
Korean
type of
melon.
melon again?
Korean.
It's a Korean
Korean.
melon. Yes. D-Mo,
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
know about cocoa seeds?
Coke, no. I don't know nothing about it.
Well, I sure got them in some water soaking,
Okay.
Yeah, we gonna
Hey,
see. I'm trying.
Jamaica, you know what my mom sent me? She sent me some Neesberry seeds. She went to Jamaica. She came back. She brought me Neesberry seeds. The problem is, you know about Neesberry, right?
What is that?
You don't know, or they call it sarsaparilla.
Sapadilla.
I don't
Hmm?
know it.
I've heard of Salvador.
Yeah, well, I got some seeds, but the problem is in my climate, I can't really grow it. So I'm gonna try to attempt to grow it in a container and bring it in the house during, or at least in my garage.
What is it
I've
too
never heard of that.
cold
So
where you are?
tell me what it is, because I've never heard of it.
An Eastberry, it's a fruit. It's a brown fruit. I mean, it's super sweet. It's like the,
Oh,
the
I've
Indians call
had
it
that.
super fruit. Yeah, it's in Jamaica.
Yeah,
Eastberry.
I've had that, but I didn't know what it was.
What when I find a video or I got a video, I'll shoot it to you because I'm a subscriber to your page. I was shocked to see. I was like, wait a minute, I'm subscribed to her. And what happened was you were doing a video about something, and I was like, man, I like how she did that. Let me go ahead and invest. And I'm gonna tell you how I am with YouTubers, like everybody on this platform right now. If I subscribe to you, I go back to your first ever video, and then I
Oh
start.
Lord.
Oh, don't go to
Because
my first ever video.
My
Lord.
first
listen,
it was
I like
horrible.
to give people origin stories. I want to see what you all about because
Right.
That first ever
I
video is a,
got too much time to be wasted with too many fake gardeners. So I want to see if you all about gardening or you bullshit.
That's true, because there are some
oh,
gardeners who aren't
TT
gardeners.
says, what color is the fruit?
Brown.
Brown.
Brown. Yep, it's brown.
I'm gonna
But
tell
it's
you, if you go back to my first video, it's a natural hair video on an old camera, and it's so janky.
Mine
But
was
I got a lot of stuff on there. But I got some gardening videos on there.
mine wasn't about hair. I
I
had
don't
some
think you want to go back to 2010. I think you want to go like,
listen, my wife always like, man, you just go in a rabbit hole, don't you? I said, listen, I want to see the origin story. I want to see what the person was doing up front. So if the message is still the same or are they being commercial now? Because there's
mm,
gardeners that I've followed on here that are completely commercial.
Commercial,
mm,
right?
They're telling you about generators. They're telling you about solar this, that
it's expensive.
you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
But your origin was you were showing me simple ways to make my life better. But now you're telling me to go spend money on products that some of it I do need and some of it I don't need.
Right.
hmm
And so you got to weed out through what's important and what's not important. And again, the way I look at YouTube is what is your mental fortitude? Are you gonna listen to everything everybody said, or are you gonna
Right,
listen to what you need?
right. Some people listen to everything people say and they get so lost and they get so confused and they get led down a rabbit hole because everything that people are doing does not apply to everybody.
right.
Correct.
That's
Right.
the disclaimer you have to make, and people don't get it. And then
I was
they're
in the
upset
garden.
when they fail and they want to quit. And we don't want folks quit because I said you're not coming to my house again. I want everybody to grow their food in their own backyard. Don't come over here.
You know,
So
and
I'm
Right.
here.
I was in the garden community the
I
other
had to give
day.
a gardener some words of encouragement a couple of nights ago. I saw they wrote a post and they were like, "I'm just doing everything I can. My garden is overgrown, blah blah blah." And people, and I just simply told that gardener, I said, "Listen, stop worrying about what stuff people are saying on YouTube and do the best you can to the standard that you
Exactly.
have. You can't, your garden can't look like what these super gardeners be having. And you be
Right.
like,
The night
well, how
salon.
many people you got working at gardener? Everything is manicured, everything is this, everything is that. How?
How?
It's impossible.
How? Sway, tell me how.
Yeah.
Well,
Impossible.
I'm
Your
gonna
garden is
say,
always, yeah, it's always changing. One minute it'll be beautiful, and the next minute everything dried up in the Texas sun. It
Yeah.
just there's nothing you could do about it. That's a part of life. Just like when you wake up, you don't always wake up, happy and jumping around. I mean, every day is going to be different, and the plants are the same way.
Yep,
Right.
nature.
So,
I told a story on Saturday night. I was in a gardening group on Facebook, and somebody was growing their first tomatoes, and the leaves had died, and they decided to prune it. And
oh no.
this tomato plant had two little tomatoes on it, and it had two leaves left at the top, and that's it. And people were like, "Where are the leaves? How you expect it to grow? Throw your plant in the trash." But if you look at the
Wow.
picture, that person bought the plant from the nursery. It was still in its Bonnie's container. So I went on there.
Oh,
I said, your plan is still good. Take it out that pot.
Yeah,
You need
root
to put
bomb.
it in a bigger pot.
Yeah.
Take the fruit off of it, water it and fertilize it. The leaves will grow back once your roots grow, and
Yep.
you'll
Right.
get some fruit. But people were but this person probably went on YouTube or Facebook and saw people, you got to prune, you got to prune, you got to prune, and they went and just shaved at that tree. Looked like
Wow.
Charlie Brown Christmas tree, y'all. And it was funny, but it was sad. And they were doing the best. They only did what they know, and people were berating them for what they didn't know. It's a lot of stuff I don't know. I've been putting stuff on the ground. I don't know how to preserve it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. But listen, we just gonna grow some food, see what we can do with it, see if I like it, see if the parents to eat it. Cause life ain't perfect. If you don't know my story, so I work full time. For the last 2 years, full time caregiver. This year, such a much better year. Thank you, Lord. Caregiver, helping build a church, and then trying to have a life. But gardening has become my safe space. Is what I do. It's what
Good
I
night,
want to
Salon.
do. It's what I'm enjoying doing, and
Good
it's
thing.
also producing something that helps sustain the family. So, stuff happen. If y'all ever look at my videos, grass is grown, weeds need to be taken. I don't have a care. If somebody care, you come or send somebody to come cut it, and I gladly receive your help.
there you go. There you go. That's
Mine
me.
is overground, and I don't want nobody to cut it because it's still producing. I call
See,
it the ugly garden. I said, okay, y'all don't talk about me. We're getting ready to go to the ugly side because there is a garden that, ooh, I
you
have some
set me
good
free,
ones.
Jamaica. You set me
Huh?
free. You set me free. I don't even know how I found your channel, but I found your channel, and you said I got these plants to go out here. You out there put up the weeds at the front. I'm gonna put them right here.
Yep,
I
that's
said,
her.
I've been stressing like, can this go with this one? Do I need to put this with that one? And I'm like, oh, she set me free.
There
Yeah.
you
Just
go.
put it anywhere. And you know that garden is doing better than the one that I organized.
See,
So
See?
that dense planting, you don't have to weed, you don't have to worry about nothing growing in there except what you put in there because there's no room for the weed to grow. Not
Bro.
really.
Yeah.
I did the traditional gardening where you do the hills and you separate it and you space it out. I can't even walk through that bad boy right now.
See?
That was my experience. My experiment. I am always gonna do it the way the big garden is. I'm always gonna pack it in and let it go. Just let it do what it do.
So do you
That's
drop the seeds or you putting seedlings in there?
I do both. I don't buy seedlings. I grow my own seedlings.
Right.
So, example, it depends on what I'm growing. If I'm growing okra will come up. If I'm growing cucumbers always come up. There's certain things that I plant out. Like if I have what did I plant over there? My brassicas right now for the fall crop. I'm looking at right now. I got Swiss chard over there. I got my tree collards. I got my collards. I planted a couple of more tomato plants for the fall because I'm in Texas and I can do that. And I think I got some kale and cauliflower seedlings over there. But when it comes
hey
to
Jen,
turnips and beets, I'm gonna throw them in the yard and let them do whatever they want to do because they produce. You just throw them out there and they grow.
Do
Let me
you
ask
have
you.
the same zone growing zone that I do?
9A. Yeah.
hey,
Do you know when your first frost date is?
According to you, February 28th. You know I watch you, Mona.
she
I'm
watching. She was
watching you
watching
on
last
TV.
night.
All those times that you thought I
I like
wasn't
that.
watching,
Pulling
I'm
up on
watching on the
birthday.
television.
She
Hey,
was watching.
That's
Jordan,
our last frost date. The first one. I'm talking about the first one.
Oh, that depends. That goes from year to year. Last year, it didn't happen until late December, early January.
They say December 1st.
That ain't right.
That's what they said. That's
They
what the
say that,
almanac
but
says.
that don't
But we
happen.
already know now. But you know,
well,
so we
I'm not
got
worried
we
about the
got
frogs.
114 days. How do I know?
you
I
know
Oh,
know.
what? You
grow.
ain't got to brag about
That's
your
what she
long growing
read. We
season.
don't want to hear
I
about
feel
y'all.
some type of way with
We
my
don't.
little bitty
where
growing
you at,
season.
Nikita?
I am in Michigan, zone 6A.
Ooh,
My first frost date is October the 7th.
Ooh.
yeah, and yours is real.
October
It's real. I have
Yeah, that's about
I
right.
have greenhouse plastic because I'm learning how to extend my season with what I have. I tried it last year, but
It's
then I
okay.
learned something. I learned that my big garden that I garden in does not get sun in the fall. The trees shade it most of the fall. So
Oh,
I'm like,
Okay.
okay, so I need to garden in a different spot in the fall. And I need to have a better root system because that last fall was the first time I ever started seeds on my own for myself, and they weren't. Anyway, yeah, it was a whole thing. But I'm jealous. I'm
Hey,
jealous.
Yeah,
educated
I'm
natural.
praying for heat
date
because
is 1 November, and mine ends in April 10th. So that means I have 5 months of nothing. And even though it says April, my freezing don't really end till around May, end of May. I mean,
Where
it's
are you?
late.
You in Georgia, right?
No, I'm in Virginia.
You in Virginia?
oh yeah, Virginia got cold.
yeah,
Yeah,
because I don't.
I'm
Ours is
in
usually
70.
in late April or first week of May, but most people don't plan anything until after Mother's Day. And
Right.
honestly, with my lifestyle, I usually don't plan anything until Memorial Day because it's a 3-day weekend.
Traditionally, I used to start planting in end of April, beginning of May. But because my weather has been so erratic, I had to move it all the way to June.
Wow. If we
But
did that,
but
our
in,
stuff would
but in
burn
the
up.
interim, I'm still growing indoors. I start my indoor stuff April. I put everything. So basically, by the time end of May comes, I've done had 8 weeks of growth ready to go into the ground. You
So
know.
that's where I need. That's when I'm working to get to this
Now, like
coming
my
season.
my squashes, I direct sow those because squashes they take off on their own. But like peppers and tomatoes and my salads and my kales, I start those indoors. That was once I learned how to do my starts myself rather than go buy them. That was the best thing ever.
What
Oh
zone
yeah,
are you
those
in,
work.
Dima?
I'm
That's
in
another
7B.
subject. Starts. Those
I'm in
jokers are
7B.
expensive.
7B.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Starts are
they over
so
$5
expensive.
a pack now.
Hey, Mama, what was the question that you was gonna ask me? You said you had something to ask me. What was you gonna ask me?
I did. I asked you already. You said you don't know nothing about the
Okay,
cocoa
the cocoa.
seeds.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does
I
because I'm
everybody
started.
soaking
that know
them.
when their
I done
first
had
frost
them in this
is?
water, so I'm gonna take them out and put them in some in that whatchamacallit. I usually don't do that, but I noticed I gotta figure out how to make it work.
Hey, passionately intrigued.
Hey, PIA, an educated natural.
Hey
I'm gonna
Tracy.
go. I'm gonna make a comment on something you were saying earlier about the younger kids. My 9-year-old granddaughter found a tomato bush growing on the side of her house. So she called me wanting to know what to do with it.
Let it go.
It had nice tomatoes on it.
Wow.
So I told her what to go and get and, how to take care of it. So now, about every other week, she'll cash out me a request for garden stuff.
Uh-oh.
And she put garden stuff on it. I'm like, what garden stuff you need now? And she have her
Right.
whole list of what she want her mama to go to the store and get.
Oh
So she have her
wow.
own little garden. She done started.
Oh,
But you have to
Yeah,
pay for it.
you know that
Yeah.
amazing place got them raised beds for $36, right? 2 for 64.
That's what
What
I
place?
need to be looking at.
Yeah.
Amazing. Remember,
What's
they
amazing.
got too much of my
that?
money already. I was on that Prime Day. Woo! They got me on Prime Day. They
Really?
made a rip off of me. I ain't
Yeah.
messing
Uh-oh,
with
you
them no
loaded
more.
up, huh?
I'm
I'm gonna try
surprised
to
I didn't spend
detox.
anything. First time I didn't spend nothing on Prime Day.
Yeah, I ain't do nothing on Prime.
But we ain't
Prime.
gonna talk about what I did. So bless God. Amen.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I didn't
I'm
do
gonna be
that.
watching. I'm gonna say, okay, that look like that's something from amazing.
You know what?
I
I
just
think
got
I
an order
did
from
buy some. I
Amazing.
just didn't buy a lot.
I knew
I
you
bought
bought something,
something just
Mama.
to be buying something.
You bought those
Hey,
raised beds.
y'all killing me with the amazing stuff.
That was
Cause
last year.
when Felicia said that the other night, I was like, amazing. What the hell is she talking about?
Me
Amazon.
too. That's where I got it from the other night. I'm
Yeah,
like, okay, I like that.
Amazing, Wally World.
yeah.
What other acronym do we?
The orange store, the blue store.
Yeah,
Tarjay.
the orange store and the blue store. Yeah.
Yeah. The orange store is HD, and the blue store is the L.
We don't have no blue store no more.
Really?
Wow.
They've been closed ours down.
Oh wow. Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
That's all right. I
I
didn't go
got
there
a
often.
question for you guys. Have you noticed that there's no trees in the stores in your area? Is it just Texas?
It's just I got
Nope.
trees in mine.
Nope, they're
I got
selling out.
Had trees.
Selling out.
Fruit trees,
Oh,
that
yeah.
is. Not
Yeah,
shade trees, fruit trees and nut trees. We
Yeah,
don't
it's
have any out here.
have
But
them.
they only have lemon trees in mine.
Yeah,
That's it.
lemon. They got lemon trees and olive trees. I don't need an olive tree.
We have
Yeah,
them.
Lemon
we have
trees they
some
have are
olives.
horrible.
It's
Sorry.
not a. It's you can definitely tell that they've gone down. It's noticeable, but they have some.
See, I don't have any here. I saw a few.
Here
But let
they
me tell
do.
you
They have
something.
plenty
People
in
have
both
been
stores.
scared straight with everything that's been happening. They're watching the gardening channels. They
Yeah.
have been scared straight, and they are buying these fruit trees. And you gotta learn how to do an air layer or grafting
Yeah.
because people are buying. You can really just make a living off of it. If I do air layering, cut it, and stand up here or just sit down here at the top of my driveway, I can sell those trees.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, so, but yeah, in my area, I noticed there are hardly any fruit trees. I mean, everything's gone.
I
Well,
don't mean
I've learned to go
to-
to the nursery.
Serena is up here killing me with these jokes. I just told her she need to go be a stand-up comedian or an internet comedian.
Who, Serena?
That's a ring.
She dropping them one-liners, boy. But it's funny because she just put up something about pasteurizing. A lot of people don't understand what pasteurizing means. When most people get their milk and it's pasteurized, really what that means is your milk has been cooked. All the nutrients in it has been killed. All they do is they put nutrients back in. So it's not the one that actually comes from the cow. It's fortified stuff that they put in. The reason they say they do that is the milk companies don't want to get sued in case the cow has a disease or something. So when people thinking they're getting vitamin D whole milk, no, they not. That milk is bland as water. They done killed everything in it. I heard Jamaica. I heard you say something earlier. I heard somebody else. GT said it that
Thank
he
you, Lisa.
never gave him a compliment about growing live food. Well, if you get milk from the store, it is not live. It's dead. And that's why you see, if you pass most farms that do dairy, they have those silos. In those silos, that's where they cook in your milk.
Wow.
And the reason why they cook their milk, the milk is they run these cows through these houses to milk them with a machine. The machine doesn't know when the cow is done milking, so it's still sucking, and it's pus. I'm not gonna gross anybody out, but it's not all milk. Let's put it like that. So they have to neutralize it because all of those different cows, all their milk is going into one vat, and they boil it down, neutralize it, and then they got their people to go in and make sure it's the same quality, and then they put certain vitamins in there. So unless you get your milk from the store, you go, like how they have these places where you can go buy your milk and what they call them, co-ops. Now, those are straight from the darn cow.
Oh.
And you still want to be careful because you don't, unless you go to that farm and find out what the farmer is feeding that cow, you don't know.
Right. Right, that's exactly right. Anybody on here gonna get that fat check since they're paying the black farmers? They got the money for the black farmers. Billions of dollars. Anybody?
They're gonna do what?
You know, the black farmers have been neglected and they've not done them
Yeah.
right. So they
Mm.
did finally get the bill passed, and they're going to pay them. The check's supposed to be on the
Yeah.
way.
I don't know. I don't know, Miss Gail, because the people that don't look like us are suing because it says reverse discrimination. So it's held up right now.
Mm.
As of Sunday, I understand the money has been released.
Oh, it has. Okay,
Yes,
I know
my
it's held up
pastor
because of
is
that.
Reverend Senator Raphael Warnock,
Oh,
and he's the one that was spearheading that. So yeah, he said the checks is going out in the mail.
You
Mm.
need a farm number or
but you gotta have a farm, right?
I'm sorry.
I mean, you gotta have a farm, right? I mean, your backyard is not a farm;
Right, exactly.
it's a
I don't know
garden.
what everybody has. See, that's why I asked if anybody in the chat or whatever does have a farm or go by a farmer.
Okay, thank you.
You
but
Mm.
know,
I thought you had to have like a farm. Don't you have to have a farm number?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna go by some kind of registration that they have on file, and then
Yeah.
sort of like the Flint water crisis. Just in case y'all didn't know, because that's what we living through. It's sort of like they promise you this money, and then by the
Mhm.
time the lawyers get done and you're all the paperwork, ain't but a ski taste of people gonna qualify, and ain't but a ski taste of people gonna get the money.
Uh,
I don't know. I don't know if that's really how it's gonna work, but I'm just saying that's how the water crisis work.
I
And
Mhm.
will always
so
say this: be careful when the government hands you money. They always
I
somehow
don't.
try to come back and get it.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep,
But listen,
that's
y'all,
true.
just be real. I have an
Thank
early doctor's
you.
appointment in the morning.
Thank
Nope.
you. We
Well, thank
appreciate
you
I'm gonna
for
you.
go.
coming and hanging out with
Thank
us.
you.
Yeah,
Go
but
and
I pray
praise him.
blessings. Blessings to everybody. Can I give y'all my saying though?
Yes.
Yes.
I want you to know that you're blessed. You are highly favored. You're the apple of your father's eye. He is absolutely and positively concerned about you. He thinks that you are the best thing since sliced bread. You can cast your cares on him and know that he cares for you. And he loves you with an everlasting love. And there's nothing and nothing you can do about it. You all have a good night. I'll see y'all
Thank
here
you
another
so
week.
much,
Too. Thank
Rashida.
you.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
Good
night.
night.
Thank
Have a good
you.
night.
Love you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. She's so sweet. And
Hey,
we lost.
Miss Gail, you need to
Yes.
send me an email of what I need to send you because I know I need to send you some stuff, and I'm getting ready to start mailing stuff out.
Yeah.
So
And vice
whenever
versa.
you get a minute, you ain't got to do it tonight, but whenever you get a mad minute, send me because I know
Yeah.
I'm gonna you some cuttings, and I'm gonna send you some seeds. But just remind me all the stuff you need so I can package it and get it out to you.
I will listen, vice versa, because I'm behind on a lot of stuff because of my car situation, which I still don't have transportation.
No
And
issues.
when the car is available, the place I take my stuff to is closed. So
Hey,
I
and
just try not to even
Jamaica,
think about it. You know, I just go in the garden. You know, that keeps me
if you
occupied.
see my Gmail, shoot me a Gmail so I can send you some of these Korean melons so you can
Ooh,
try them out.
ooh, ooh, ooh. Thank you. I'm ready for them.
Korean
I'll send
melons.
you
I
my
gotta write
email.
that down.
Yeah. What you say, Mr. America?
I said I gotta write that down so I could go ahead and research it. I've been to Korea, but I don't think I've ever had a Korean melon.
Well,
Ever.
let me show you what it looked like.
Uh-oh. You should have seen her eat it last night. She ate it in front of us.
What?
She ate that in front of us,
How
and
rude.
D. Moo ate a whole meal in front of us with some dessert, girl, homemade ice cream. I'm still
Oh
trying to
yeah, I made some rum raisin ice cream.
What?
You know
eat.
that's our favorite in Jamaica, rum raisin.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he had that rum soaking in that 100, probably 50 proof, what the rum for what a
But,
year or a week, month and a half, or 2 months, or whatever,
well,
however long it is.
so the raisin's been sitting in J Red Nephew white rum. It's been sitting in it for 15
Ray and
months.
nephew.
Yep,
That white lightning.
yep. So the raisin's been sitting in there for 15 months. So when you bite into the raisins and the ice cream,
Oh my God.
all that rum come out.
You know what I want to eat because I'm going home and I need to call the West Indian, the Jamaican store and see if they can make me a black cake.
Oh, okay.
Uh, Black cake. Well, my grandmother called it plum pudding. I don't know why the
Yeah, I've heard it called that
Russians.
the plum pudding.
Yeah.
So
See
plum
if I can
pudding
get
is
some of that, even though it's summertime. Maybe they make one for me. Maybe.
Yeah,
what's a black cake? You said plum pudding?
special order.
Black
Mm.
cake.
That's what they
Oh
call it, a
my
plum pudding.
goodness. looked like one of the fruits I grew.
Yep.
That I didn't know what. No, that ain't the same thing though. Mine was yellow on the
That's the
inside.
Korean. Turn it around again, Mona, so they can see the back of it. That's when you see those white lines on it. That's when you know it's ready, because those lines before they turn white, they're green.
Right. Right.
I'm gonna do a video tomorrow. I'm gonna do a quick short because I got a couple grown.
Listen, I'm laughing too.
That looks good.
She ate it last night on camera.
I
We
gotta
were all
take a
celebrating.
watermelon.
Let me tell you. Do you like cucumbers?
Me? Yeah, I got
Yeah.
cucumbers. I had a lot of
No, I was
cucumbers.
like, do you like them?
I
This
do.
this thing right here is like a cucumber, but it's sweet.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
It's a
Korean melon. Okay.
It tastes like a cross between a cucumber and a melon. So you get the crunch of a cucumber and the sweetness of a melon. I mean, I'm talking about it's sweet, sweet. You can't go wrong when you crunching it. You getting that sweetness, and then if you eat the seeds, the Koreans they say the seeds are sweet. I don't eat my seeds up because I save my seeds, but they claim the seeds are sweet. I wouldn't know. I can't even lie and tell you I've tried.
We'll find out.
Oh, she's something else.
Case is 55, says she want to taste the melon too.
I
Listen,
want a shoe.
we have a live
Hey,
taste tester going on.
how you doing?
Huh?
Good to see you.
Let me see if I can find my charger for my
I
iPad.
emailed you.
Right
You
there.
didn't email me back. Hey, Nifty.
Oh, lemon and a lime bush. All right.
So how was the seeds, Mona? Was it good?
Yes, it was sweet.
Okay, good.
She ate the seed.
Yeah, I just did it.
The Koreans eat them like for candy. They dry them and they eat them. They
The
said
skin
it's
too.
Really?
Look, Georgia
Yeah.
peach nut. See,
Oh, it's plump. Wow. Does it have juice inside of it?
Mm-mm.
It
It's
looks
a
like it's
seed.
got. Oh wow! It looks like it has juice in it.
Now I'm gonna
It's
tell you what
real
I'm
little
doing.
though.
Now I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing real good on. I'm doing real good on sugar baby watermelon. My patch is loaded. They're all over the ground. I don't know if I had an infestation of them or what, but for some reason, this is probably gonna be my best year. And what I'm trying to do is I just saw a guy do a video said you know 60 days, and you know the rule is if the tenderloin turns brown, but just let it go another 5 or 6 extra days, because sometimes if you pick it too soon, the skin is white in there versus flesh to the red. What is that?
Oh, that's that
Oh,
stuff
that's
we
that
talked about
stuff
last
that
night.
what is it? Tambrano or whatever is it called?
Tahini.
Tahini there. I don't like that stuff.
What is that?
It's a Mexican thing.
I'm saying Mexican.
It's a Texas thing. That's what I should say. But
Oh,
but
Texas thing.
it's a Texas thing, but it comes from Mexico. It originates, as far as I know, it originates from Mexico. They
Is
put
this
it on the
sweet?
fruit. I don't
It
like
brings
it.
out the
Tahini.
sweetness.
Oh,
It
it's sweet.
does. It doesn't. It doesn't. I'm not used
It
to it.
brings
That's
out
maybe
the
that's it.
sweetness. It's even sweeter.
I ain't never seen that stuff till I came to Texas.
What part of New York you from?
Queens,
Okay, I'm from the Bronx.
Jamaica, Queens, as a matter of fact, Jamaica, Queens.
Okay.
And you know what the funny thing is? Jamaica, Queens is full of Jamaicans.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Why?
Listen, between that and Brooklyn, because where I lived in
Brooklyn,
the
yeah.
Bronx, it was packed with Puerto Ricans.
Where?
I'm from the Bronx,
Oh yeah, yeah.
so we used to call it Little Puerto Rico. So
I
I
remember
had
that.
to hurry up and learn Spanish or broken Spanish real fast to survive.
Really, I bet you did.
Oh yeah, when they call you names and you don't know what they talking about, you gotta learn. But it's like with anything else. Once you fit into your environment, and you understand how to move, it's okay. That's what I tell people about everything. People say, "Oh, this place is dangerous. That place, everywhere is dangerous." Just learn your
Yep.
environment.
Yep.
Just learn your environment. Understand your exit routes and your entry points, and you're fine.
Mm-hmm. Mama, you just enjoying that, aren't you? So, Jamaica, you say you bought a lime and a lemon. Who was it? What did you go get? Did you go get a plant?
I no, I bought a fig. They had one fig. I went from store to store and I noticed that we didn't have very many fruit trees.
Wow.
So I asked the lady at the blue store, the blue box store, I said, where are all the fruit trees? They had a couple of Arctic frost oranges or whatever, satsumas. And
Mm-hmm.
she said, well, we're not gonna put any more out until fall. I said, okay.
And then
This is
they're
the
gonna
first
jack the
year I've
price.
ever heard of that.
They're gonna
Wow.
jack the prices up then.
They're gonna jack the
You know
prices up.
what? They
Well,
probably did.
Jamaica, once the fruiting season is over, I can send you some cuttings. I'm not gonna send you no cuttings now because the figs are fruiting. But and that's something people need to understand. And me and Miss Gail were talking about that. People ask you for stuff, but we're not cutting our trees down during fruiting.
Right.
After fruiting, you'll get it. And the
Right.
good thing about that is, if I send you a cutting from my tree that's fruiting, it's gonna fruit the first year you get it because it's already fruiting.
Yes. Yes.
I
Versus
didn't
you
know
going
that.
to the box store and buying it, you got to wait 2 or 3 years before you even see a fig. You're going to get a piece of cutting that's already fruity. And so you just got to baby it and do the things you got to do to put roots on. So if I send you something like, let's say I send you something in December and you put it
What
in,
kind of figs do you have? I have a couple.
I have brown turkey, I have Chicago Hardy, I have Beers Black, which I know that's what you want, Miss Gail. I have Olympia.
I don't have
Um,
Olympia or Bears Black.
Olympia, I just have a stick, and it's just
Oh,
now coming. Somebody just sent me a stick. I got some Black Mission. Somebody sent me that, and
really?
that's a bunch of sticks. They're just coming in
Oh,
themselves.
okay.
So the main ones that I have that are putting out are my brown turkey, my Chicago Hardy. That's it. The other ones are playing with me. They just sucking up nutrients and waiting. But everything else, I mean, I got a lot of fig. I'm planning on once I start harvesting to make some jam, to dry them and preserve them so I can have them. So when the winter rolls around, I can just reach in a jar and grab me some fig. But I was
Some
here.
people have never tasted fresh figs. Never.
I'm not gonna lie. The first time I ever tasted a fresh fig was last year. It was a Chicago Hardy. I had never
I
had a
was a
fig
kid.
until then, and it was like, whoa. Because I've had the fig Newtons, I've had the dry fig. It's completely different.
Yep.
I mean,
I
it
didn't
tastes.
even I didn't even like pigs until I started growing my own. So my
Mm-hmm.
I
first
didn't even
time was
think.
like 3 years ago. Yeah.
My mom used to eat fig Newtons all the time, and I was like, if a fig is like a fig Newton, well, I'm not gonna like it. And
That's
Me
then
not
I
the
too.
had a
same.
fig. I was like, a fresh fig. I said, oh my goodness,
Right.
there's nothing
Yeah,
like it.
I would never. I still don't like fig Newtons, but I love
Shantae
fresh
says that
figs.
they don't have any trees around Dallas area. I have to go out far to get fruit trees. Is that because they're so out, Shantae, or this has always been the case? While she's answering, Unbiased says that she never tasted a real fig. Really?
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow.
Case is 55. I have never tasted fresh fig. You guys are in for a treat when you do.
Wow.
I hope you like
Fresh
jam. If
figs
you
are,
like
ooh,
jam,
they're so
it
good.
tastes like jam.
Yep,
Hello, Miss
it
Shirley
sure
O.T.
does.
Gardner. Thank you for coming in.
Hi, Miss Shirley.
Hi, Miss
And
Shirley.
and different figs have
Hey,
different
Miss
tastes and
Shirley.
textures to it.
Yeah, good, but they have
What do
different.
you
Like
have, Jamaica? What types do you have?
I have the Chicago fig, the
Mm-hmm.
LSU purple. I just bought that. That's not even in the ground. And then the what is it? Shanty? What is it? It's CH Celestial or something
Champion.
like that. I
You
just
saw
bought
my
that one.
Celestine?
And then I just bought this. It don't look good, but it says Little Miss Figgy, dwarf variety.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
Oh, the baby fig. When you eat that fig and you see how it tastes, you're gonna be mad. And you're gonna want bigger figs.
Yeah.
Really?
It's gonna make you angry.
It's
Them
gonna
little
what?
bitty things gonna make you angry. And you're gonna want a bigger fig to put in your mouth.
So the figs are itty bitty?
Yeah, let me speak. They're small figs. Uh huh.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're not like the size of a Chicago or brown turkey or Bears black anything like that. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Like
I've harvested 3 figs so far this year, and I took a picture and I sent it to Mona, and she showed it on the live that we did a week ago. And
oh,
they are just bigger than a golf ball. They were huge. But the funny thing about it is, all couple months I'm looking at these figs, they just green. And then I started noticing it get yellow. And literally within like a 2-day span, they just blew up. I'm like,
mm.
what happened?
Wow.
You have to
I mean,
watch
like
it because the birds
overnight
be
they
watching
just
them too.
swole up.
Mm-hmm. The birds and the squirrels be watching too. They be sitting back on the tree looking down at, yeah, I'm gonna get that one right there in
Mine's
about a
sitting on
couple
the
more days.
fence.
But you know
You
what
remember
though?
They
last year
lined up
that
on the
happened with
fence.
my Barbados cherries? I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna let my Barbados cherries stay out there one more day, one more day. And I
Hey,
looked
Tina
out
baby.
there, they ate every Barbados cherry off that tree.
Yep.
Every one was gone. You
I
gotta
done
harvest them
learned.
while you can.
Wipe your
I
thing.
beat them to mine now. I learned. I lost all my pigs last year. They ate all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
I done learned to get it
And
before
they
they
be
get it.
chirping, telling the other ones too. Come on, y'all. He's about to leave. Let's come on.
But
You don't hear the birds chirping when you out there. They talking.
you know what's protecting my figs though, and a lot of my fruit? The my mating pair of hawks. When they're around, none of them birds come around.
Yeah.
Mm.
They do not play that. Just like I have crows. When the crows come around, the little birds take off. Because the only bird that will stand up to them crows is them hawks. Them two, the male and female, they don't play that because they got babies, so they don't play that. They
Hey,
will rip them apart.
I want some. Can
You
I have?
want some?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Hey y'all, can y'all say hey to my baby? She's in the chat. She's going to bed.
Hey,
Good
I spoke to
night.
her earlier.
Yeah, Valerisha.
Yeah, but I didn't say her name because I didn't want to mess it up.
Valerisha.
Hey, Valerie.
Valerisha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Miss
She
Shirley said
started
the
her
deer ate
garden.
all of her peaches this year.
What that?
Yeah, I got my camera muted. The cake
Hey,
that
Texas
comes standing
Lala.
to see the
Hey,
berry to
Texas
go through it, right?
Lola.
Okay. Mm.
She talking to us?
No,
I'm
I think
No, I
she's
think she on
talking.
the phone.
She's talking to
Oh,
somebody else.
She don't
I'll
oh,
give you
realize
some
she don't
Coca-Cola.
realize we can hear her. That's all.
Yeah. And now
Now we can
and
we
now
see
we
her,
can
not
see her,
hear.
but we can't hear.
Now she muted.
I'm discombobulated. I'm sorry.
It's
Hey,
okay.
Miss Gail, let's say you said we can see your lips. That's enough.
That's all you need to see. Y'all learn to read lips pretty good. It's okay. No, I was trying to get some Coca-Cola. And
Yeah, we heard you ask for the Coca-Cola.
yeah, I know y'all heard
You
all
wasn't
that
on
now.
mute.
she said she ain't know we heard all that.
And the Coca-Cola man bring me some Coca-Cola. When he opens it up, it goes. I said, ooh, he just like, oh yeah, I want some of that. Bring it in here.
Woo, that was good.
You
Guess
look
what?
like
I
it
think
was
I'm
good.
allergic to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Allergic.
To
Yeah.
the melon?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You better go ahead and take
Are
some
you itching?
Benadryl.
Allergic meaning eating them too much?
That's about all the
No,
allergies you have.
and my tongue and my lips is itching.
You did
Oh,
Yeah,
that. You did
Go
that
ahead and take
last
some
night. Same
Benadryl.
response. So it sounds
yeah,
like you may have a little allergy. Take the antihistamine.
yeah. Having a
yeah,
reaction.
you got some Benadryl at the house?
Uh, I don't think so. I just
You have
take
any
my regular
allergy relief? That's the
allergy
same thing.
medicine.
Yeah, get you
Allergy
some.
Just
relief
take
is the
my
same
allergy
thing.
medicine.
Get you
Huh?
some Dimetap and keep it in the house.
Dimetap.
Yep.
That's
No,
old
I'm getting
school.
some Benadryl, baby. I want the
Yes,
real
I
stuff.
am. God's desire feedback or something.
Are you charging your device? Yeah, it sounds like some kind of humming. I was thinking it was Miss Peach Nut a mouse.
No, it's not hooked up.
It's not you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I hear that humming sound. Yeah, I've been
Hold
heard that. I'm
on.
like,
Somebody got
It's not
something going.
playing.
Hold on.
yeah,
Yep,
it's
it's
you.
gone.
Yeah, it's you. It's
Yep.
okay. You ain't disturbing nothing that
Yep.
much.
It's something you doing something over there.
What about
Cool.
now?
We can still
It's
hear.
still there.
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica,
Is it ringing?
what's that behind you? Is that a watermelon up top behind you?
Yeah.
This, yeah, but I didn't grow this. I got it from supermarket.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I'm about to say you showing out over there.
She
Nah,
is
that's not
showing
me.
up.
Ah,
Let me tell
I
you,
wish it
Jamala, that she
was. I
always
keep
singing
getting
old
robbed.
school songs. You ever hear her singing old school? She break out a song in a minute. She just be singing and working. And I be singing, well, look at the, she don't know nothing about the song.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Y'all
So
don't
you got
mind
any,
me. I just like to sing.
Miss Gail, you got anything going tonight, or you good? You done planning for right now?
Oh, no, I'm playing year round 365 days a year. I'm always throwing some seeds or doing something. Mm-mm. Long as they got recalls, I was already doing that, but I'm doing it even more so now.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I may have to eat the same thing over and over every day. I don't mind. No, I'm dropping seeds every day. I got some. I'm doing the Ziploc method right now. I'm succession growing with that. And I'm going to have to start on the indoors. I was going to do it yesterday, but I didn't do it.
You know
Uh,
what? I dropped seeds for my greens, right? I did my kales, my three different varieties. I did red Russian, curly kale, and the dinosaur kale. And I also did Jamaican callaloo. My Jamaican callaloo is popping out this world, but the kales, they're just laying down like, we ain't ready to come up here. I'm like, what y'all take? What y'all waiting on?
it's too
Come
hot.
on.
Callaloo like the heat.
So
Callaloo like the heat. We
I
call it
have that
heat.
popping, and I have to thin it out because they're bunched up. So what I've learned, because I used to
Good
plant
night,
them in
Miss Shirley.
clumps, the clumps don't work because it sucks up all your nutrients really quick.
what's that?
Night, Miss Shirley.
Hmm.
You know that, Duval, that may be you.
It
It
is.
is
She
her.
said it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What, how does callaloo taste?
it's a green. It's like greens.
Like collard greens?
It's an
Yeah.
amaranth.
Exactly. That's what it is. It's amaranth. It's like an amaranth, but it's like a. To me, it tastes just like red Russian kale. It's
Okay.
sweet. It's sweeter than kale. It's not as bitter as kale.
I
Hmm.
just dropped some of those seeds yesterday.
Callaloo seeds are really small,
Very,
super
very,
small,
very tiny.
and then they grow
And
so
Mona, where did
huge.
you
It's
get here?
ridiculous.
Really? I
Melon.
and
need to
my
try
I
that.
dad,
grew it.
my dad gave me that. Everything. A lot of
What
the
they're
stuff that I'm
doing?
planting, I get it straight from Jamaica. So whenever they go up and then don't ask me how they bring them back because when you're coming through customs, they throw all your stuff away. They don't let you bring nothing in. But
Depends.
I don't know. I get it. I don't know, and I don't ask no questions.
If you say it's a tea, they can't touch it. If it's dry,
Really?
normally can't touch it. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you say that's tea, they'll leave you alone.
But are they
They
bringing the
just
seed back or the live plant?
No
no the
seeds.
seeds,
Okay.
and the seeds are dry, so you good. Usually
Yeah.
good to go. It's when you
Okay.
bring back the aki and you bring back stuff like that. The mango. One of my
Yeah.
one of my I'm gonna call her my aunt, but she was like my mother's stepsister.
Yeah.
She put the mango on her bra. And the guy says, "Where is the mango? Where?"
Probably can smell
And
it
he
too.
said, "What mango?" He said, "I can smell it. I can
Yeah.
smell
Oh
Hmm.
wow.
Yeah. You can smell it. I figured that. You probably smell it.
Oh my God.
So she
Oh
said
wow.
she went into her procedure, pulled the mango out and bit it and gave it to her.
Oh wow.
My mother just came back on
Oh
her
my.
last trip, and when she got to the airport in Miami, they started looking at like, um, we appreciate you having all this, and we appreciate you declaring all of this, but you can't bring none of it into the country.
Yeah.
And they literally
Wow.
threw all her food stuff away, and a lot of stuff that she was trying to bring back that she was gonna plant. They got a big old trash can right there at the airport, and they dump it
Yep,
right in your
waiting.
face.
They
They just
waiting.
dump it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
Hey,
looking for
she
you to
was
bring
sick. That's
stuff
all.
back.
Listen, she called me from Florida, and that's all she talked about for about a month. Every day she was like, "You can leave them throw me stuff away." I'm like,
Yeah.
I
I've
can't.
seen
I
them
can't
do
believe
it.
it.
I've seen them do it. They had that little and the lady, the man, because everybody bring back a little bit. Everybody does. The
Yeah.
man, the man opened his suitcase and he had breadfruit wrapped up. Now they ain't supposed to touch the breadfruit if it's cooked, but I don't know. Maybe he didn't have it cooked.
No, they
He
throwing
had a
away cooked
breadfruit
food.
wrapped in
They throwing away cooked food
plastic.
now.
Huh?
They throwing away cooked food now. You can't bring cooked
Really?
food now. Yeah, they throwing that away now.
Oh
Wow.
Hmm.
wow.
Mona, you have a question in the chat.
I do.
Yes, you do from Cases 55.
Mona, where did you get your melon? I answered her. You so late. I answered her. I grew it in my backyard.
But where
Okay.
did you get the seed from?
Oh, Demu.
Listen,
Okay,
what
now
I
Demu.
don't
did.
ask him.
Matter
Never
of fact,
mind. I
he
ain't gonna
sent
ask
me
Listen,
him.
those seeds last year.
what I did
He
was
sent me a
when
whole bunch of seeds last year.
when people ask me for stuff, like let's say Mona asked me for a fig cutting. When I send the fig cutting, I always send bonus stuff. I said, well, you know what? I'm doing this. I'll send some Korean melon seeds, or I'll send some yellow watermelon seeds. I always send bonus stuff. Now, if the person uses it, great. If they don't use it, at least they got it.
Right. When people send me seeds, I drop the seeds. Now, it might not make it the first time around. That's why I don't say nothing. But I couldn't help this one. Look at here. But see, the thing was, I had dropped the seeds, right? And I didn't remember putting it over here in this bed. But I did put it in another bed. I marked it and everything, right? So I had these two melons out here in the pet in my bed that was volunteering. Everything that was in that bed was volunteers. All the melons and what else came up? Some cantaloupe was coming up over there, right?
Mhm.
So when the melons came up, I was like, man, this looked like a squash, because I thought I had dropped squash from somebody else that sent me some squash. So I'm thinking it's squash. And I was like, what is this? Somebody tell me what is it? I don't know what I guess it's some squash. And so the first one, I thought I was catching it early. So I cut it all up and played all in it and smelled it and stuff. And I wasn't for sure about it. So I was like, ain't nobody told me nothing. And I kept on messing around. Plus, I be messing around, I be doing research and stuff on here. And it just so happened this lady came up talking about the Korean melon. Baby, if I tell you, oh, this is what I got out here. Then I went over, I was like, but I got that growing over there. And I know who sent me those seeds from over there. I know Demu did, right?
Mhm.
So, you know, I checked it out, I ate it, and then I had two more over there where I know the seeds Demu sent me, right? I know for sure. So that's when I got Demu, man, you didn't tell me what this is. I've been asking for days. What is this? What is this? And you didn't even come tell me what it is. Look, but now I know what it is. And
And it's
I
a
got one
blessing.
more to harvest out there. It's hanging. I'll show
Hmm.
y'all. I'll show y'all because I'm about to
And
pull it up
and the
because
thing
I don't
about it
like the
is,
way the leaves
and the
look.
thing about it is, it's deceptive. If you see it on the ground, the way it grows, it looks like a squash. You would swear up and down it's a
It's a
squash.
squash.
And the tenderloins run. I mean, the vines run, and then what they do is the fruit comes on the side shoots.
Oh,
And
really?
when
Oh,
they come. There's a lot. And to me, the best way to grow them, and you don't have to grow them on trellises, but I do because that way I can easily spot them. But you can let it run on the ground if you want to.
this one here, I didn't know it was there. I just when it turned colors, that's when I saw it. I didn't know it was there. I was so busy looking at the one that was on the ground. I didn't know it was one hanging. I'm like, oh, I got one hanging. Look here. Ah, I'll
You were
show y'all
happy.
it tomorrow though, because I'm gonna go get it.
And
Do you
and,
It's
have
and
any
ready.
more flowers that look like they're gonna produce some more?
I'm gonna pull it because I don't like the way it look. It's like there's a lot of leaves that's brown and yellow
it's
and
dying back.
That's
and
Texas.
and it happened, but that happened right after the storm.
Yeah,
So
it's dying back. That's what it is. It's
so
dying back.
I'm gonna go on and pull it so I can go on and put that candy roaster up in there and see what that do before
I
my
got a
season is
question for
out.
y'all. Does anybody have any experience with delicata squash? Because mine is running all over the place. No fruit.
Mm.
Wow.
No fruit. I
No,
get
No
flowers. Maybe it's
flowers or
just too hot.
anything?
I get flowers. But no,
Mm.
I never get any. I have not gotten
you're
any
not
fruit.
getting no females.
I don't know what a male and a female look like. I just
A female is pregnant.
Right. A female, you're gonna
Male
see
ain't.
the actual fruit. A male, you're just gonna see a stick. So if you got
Right.
a bunch of sticks with flowers, cut them out. Cut some of them off. Just cut them
okay.
off,
Take a
and it
third
will
of
force
those
the
off.
plant to produce females. Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay.
Take a third
That
because
and
thing is
then
the-
cut
all
back
over the
on your
place.
nitrogen. Cut back on the nitrogen that needs phosphorus and potassium.
yeah,
Okay.
Hmm.
and I
Man,
had
Miss Peachnut, you know when you told me to do that, do you know I got peppers on top of peppers on top of peppers now?
yep, yep.
Yep.
So I'm gonna
Yep.
use some bone meal. That's what I'll do.
You need to give it
Bone
something
meal is
liquid though
good.
for what
That's
time.
what 15. That's 15, but I got mine is 58.
Try
Whoa.
something like More Bloom by
More
Alaska.
Yeah,
blue.
that's a
Okay.
858,
Okay.
9 or 958, 8, something like. Let
Yeah,
me go.
you want to
What
give
what,
it something immediately. You can give it the bone meal, but that's
what is
gonna
it
take
called? What was that first product, Gail, Miss Gail?
More Bloom. M O
More
R
blue.
O. I think it's MORBLOOM. It's
I
by
saw
like
some of that the other
Alaskan
day. I'm gonna give it to
511
him.
people. It's the same company. If you
Okay,
get
Alaska.
it,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, Alaska More Bloom. You can get it from the Big Box store.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's the bomb right there. You
I
got
never
58
seen
in the
that
middle.
one.
That's a 58
50.
middle number.
Where you get that from?
The
Nine
nursery.
fifty eight. Oh,
The
okay.
man told me that's what they use for the tree. So I was like, okay, if this is what y'all use for y'all trees, I'm gonna need that because I don't want my tree to go in shot.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just looked it up, Miss Gail. Alaska More Bloom is a 0-10-10.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that stuff
So
works.
no nitrogen, phosphorus, and calcium or
Yeah.
potassium. Excuse me.
You, if you want to, you can give us some diluted weak fish emulsion or something like that. Just a little bit nitrogen, but it needs more phosphorus and potassium. And
Okay. I'll
that's
go
a
to
quick,
school
easy
tomorrow.
way to go to the big box store. Just go on ahead and go unless you have a nursery like what Mona has. But that still would take a minute to work. But people need to understand is that liquid goes directly into it and starts working immediately, while the
Immediately. Yeah.
granulars will take a minute to break down and start feeding.
We got
Don't you got some
natural
chickens?
landscapes plates over here that sell. I hope they're still open. I haven't been there since before the the
Chicken good,
lockdown.
man.
I think they're still around.
Do you
I'll
use
go
your
and check.
chicken poop?
I don't use it. Not
You,
You
yet.
don't?
Mm-mm.
You don't?
You're
Why don't
gonna
you
taste
take it
that
and
she
put it
likes
you got
more
to
than
make
inside?
sure
you.
you got to make sure chicken poop is broken down, though it'll burn your plant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it will
Okay.
burn your plant. Mama,
Okay,
you
I
have
got
a
a question.
question?
I got a question because what I do with my rabbit poop, I want to
Hey,
know.
Albert.
It,
Rabbit is very good.
yeah, I use rabbit poop. Um, uh, You think if you take the chicken poop and put it in water and let it sit for a few days, it'll still be too
It'll burn it.
it'll
It's not
still burn
broken
it?
down. Yeah, it takes a couple of months for chicken poop to break
Breakdown.
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you put that up for God's desire to see, Mona?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you
See,
see
you
it?
just seeing it. I saw it already. I be paying attention to the chat. Hey, Albert.
So
Come on,
the two melons I used to grow was Korean melons and Minnesota midget melon. And midget grows about the same size or a little bit bigger than the Korean melon, right? The
Right.
problem is they are bland as hell. They are not
Wow.
sweet.
Oh, they not?
No, they smell good
Oh,
though. They smell real good. Let me
now which
rephrase that. The ones that I've harvested have been very bland. I don't know if I've
okay.
overwatered them so they haven't produced sugar in it. I don't know, but it's very very bland.
which
And
one
so
is
Mm.
I,
that?
the
What about
Minnesota midget,
Oh,
what
okay.
about the Kajari melon?
I don't know nothing about that.
Miss Peach
Oh,
Nut?
I'm just growing it. I grew some last year, but I never got to taste one because somebody had that in the field, and I don't know what happened to it. But um, I'm growing some now, so I'll let you know.
but the
Got a lot
Kajari,
of Kajari, yeah.
I
Got the
grew it
Kajari.
last year.
How was it?
It was okay.
How big did it get?
Not big at all.
Okay.
About
You know,
the size of two fists.
okay. I like personal size little melons. I say they're good because they'll come on in here and grow, and you can harvest them early while you're waiting on the bigger melons to come. You still get some kind of melon that you can have for breakfast or lunch or whatever, and you have something at least while you're waiting what 2 months or whatever for the bigger melon to grow. So I'm not mad at the smaller melons as long as they taste okay.
It's okay. It's pretty good. It's different, but
I grew the
I'd
Sharon
say
taste
make
and
the
the
huh?
I grew the Sharon taste and the 1, 2, 3, the one that Miss Lisa had. She was showing on her video. She said, "I got this from Miss Gail over at Georgia Peach Nut." But the thing about it, when you grow those small melons, you have to make sure you don't put them in the same area as your big melons because they are going to mature faster, and you won't see
Hmm.
them. And next thing you know, they're busted wide open. So I would just tell the vine. I forgot to tell her, make sure you grow it aside by itself because so you can see
Mhm.
it. Because they grow fast and they grow a lot. They're very plentiful, you know. And it would give you melon while you're waiting on the other melons. But if you don't watch them, they would get big and fat, especially behind the rain, and they'll pop open, you know.
Wow.
So, but I like the small ones because you can eat those while you're waiting on the bigger ones.
Hmm.
And I'm going to start probably doing the 1, 2, 3 over again because I still have enough time. I think we have about August, September, October. We have about almost 3 months left growing season.
Yeah, that's why I want to go on and drop them pumpkins. Them we be little.
I have not had any luck with pumpkins, and I want them so bad because they store well. But
Y'all
Is
can
that
have
the
them
one
pumpkins and
that
make squash
they
bugs. They
about
love
that
pumpkins.
size?
Huh?
I was asking her, was that the ones about that size?
Yeah.
I think so. I'm not for sure, but I want to find out.
Mona,
They so
I sent you Jamaican pumpkin seeds, didn't I?
Yes, you did. I haven't dropped them seeds yet.
America, I will send you Jamaican pumpkin seeds. Them things are fire. They work their way, and that's straight from
They
Jamaica.
fired. Don't have me dropping that seed tomorrow.
Hey, do you?
we those
I
things
I
grow
just put
in
a
the empty
trellis out there.
field.
Huh?
We used to walk by one going to when we were walking down to the beach. We walked through this field, right?
Uh
And
huh.
the pumpkin was right there. It was green. I could see it right now. And we said, it's not time yet. It's not good yet. It's not good yet. And somebody harvested that pumpkin. It was gone.
Hmm.
If you don't pick it, somebody else will get it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Plantains,
I have.
they
Especially when
got the
it's out in
seed
the
moment.
open.
So what I'm growing this year is I'm growing it's called calabasi. It's predominantly in the Caribbean, so it's Not the Mexican, the Puerto Ricans call it something else, but we call it Jamaican pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I'm growing a Japanese pumpkin this year
Hey, Clubhouse.
called Busa. It's small, and I actually bought it from the Asian market and saved the seeds. Man, that pumpkin is so sweet. It has like a nutty sweet flavor.
Mm.
So I have it going. I have two of them going right now. So I'm 48 days into the growth period, and I have 89 days left in my growth cycle. So hopefully, knock on wood, and it doesn't get big. It gets about this big. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you one. Hold on.
Hey, Bud
That's
Files,
the
how you doing?
band.
Thank you
That's
for
the
coming.
band. To start the visor. Duval. And I just did that while we was on live. You can do this in an hour or two, but not
Oh,
the
okay.
band. I'm saying the band is just a few minutes. It's that part. See, now I got to go and get the other ball and put two balls together and do it. It's got to be
America,
two
do you
of them so
crochet?
they can firm.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you crocheting too?
What do you mean
You
two of them
crochet?
first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Awesome.
I come from a
What I'm talking
Jamaican
about.
family. They wouldn't let me leave the porch.
So this is the size of my hand right here,
Yeah.
and this is it right here.
Yeah, that's it right there. That's
What is that?
That's a kalbuza. I think it's a Japanese pumpkin. It's this small.
Oh, I think I got some seed.
That's
seen that.
nice.
But this
Oh,
pumpkin
wow.
right here is sweet and it got a
It
nut
is?
flavor. It is
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
So
Okay. So
what
when you
color
cook
does
it,
it
how
turn
you
when
cook
it
it?
gets done? When it's ready to
This
be
is it.
harvested?
This is done right here.
Oh, that's done?
Is that the one that's orange inside?
Excuse me?
It's orange inside, right?
Yeah, it's orange inside.
Yeah.
So how you cook
Wow.
it?
You cook it
That's
however you want to cook it. You can boil it in soup. I do it in soups or you can bake it. All I do for baking is I split it, scrape the seeds out, and I take grapeseed oil. I wipe it on the inside on all the exposed areas and the outside skin face down and let it bake for 20 minutes. And then test test it with your fork. If your fork goes through the skin, not the
It's
actual
ready.
flesh, the skin, you know it's
Yeah.
ready. And
That's
this pumpkin
butternut
right here,
squash.
this pumpkin right here, one of the most nutrient parts of it is the skin. But I don't eat this skin because I didn't grow this myself. I bought this one in the store. Now the
Okay.
ones that I'm growing out in my yard, the
Yeah.
skin and everything gonna be eaten. But
Yeah.
this one I just eat the internal flesh.
Okay.
What's the name again?
I'll put it in the chat because I want to make sure I give you the right name.
Well, that's a nice
Where can we
person
get
sound.
seeds?
He said he gonna put it in the chat.
Calabash. You're muted. Oh, he's gone now. I'm looking at two different screens.
I was like, he muted. He not muted.
He ain't even there no more. Yeah, because down here he just moved.
Oh man, I gotta find that other ball. Doggone.
So, Jamaica, you have like a place where a room where you put all of your canned goods that you canned yourself.
I don't right now. I have them all over the place.
Okay.
I hide them. Like if you come in the house, you won't see them, but they're there.
I know you canned those okra. You canned your okra the other day.
This is the okra right here.
Okay.
I can everything. I can chicken. I can fish. I can callaloo. What else have I canned?
Okay.
Turnip greens. Shoot, I even canned the sweet potato, the sweet potato leaves that I harvested the other day.
Oh,
A couple of
okay.
weeks ago. I canned that because
Wow.
there's no way I could eat all that stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna waste it because winter's gonna come and there ain't gonna be nothing growing. So I try to get at least as much as I can. If I have the bottles available, I go ahead and can it because I told myself I ain't buying no more bottles.
You
I
don't
have
grow in the
some,
wintertime?
huh?
You don't grow in the wintertime?
I do, but the things that you grow in the wintertime are not the same
A
as the things
different,
that you
yeah.
grow in the summer. I
Right?
don't grow okra in the wintertime. I
You
grow the
can't.
brassicas and I grow
Right?
the cauliflower, the broccoli, the cabbage, the turnips. That's what I grow in the wintertime. But
Yeah,
Okay.
green leafy vegetables.
this stuff I can't grow in the
Have you
wintertime.
already dropped your seeds?
I have. I have videos on it. I already have seedlings over there. I have, let me see. I have my cauliflower growing. I have, what is that? I have cauliflower, kale, Swiss chard, and what else do I have? Collard greens. Collard greens. I know it's summer, but I'm gonna try to grow them as long as I can.
Yeah.
Hey, Val, the name of the pumpkin is kabocha.
Yeah,
K
I
A.
got that.
Okay. Some people call it a squash pumpkin. It's the same thing.
Kombucha.
Japanese
Kabocha.
kabocha squash.
Yeah.
K
Yep, I
K
got
A
that.
B O
Kabocha.
C H A. And there's plenty of video if you put it in online. But I go to the Asian folks that grow, and they have all kind of videos on tropical technique. Now, Jamaica, I got a question for you. Your okra. How do you know? Because like me, I got my okras in. Again, my stuff been in the ground 48 days. My root is so thick, but I have not seen a flower. I have not seen an okra. I'm like, where you at? Wake up!
Ah,
Really?
I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, I'm sure people have seen it on my garden updates, but they're huge. Just ain't seen none yet. Maybe it's just not time yet, but
What kind of okra did you plant? Because I got Clemson spineless and motherland okra growing out there.
I think it's Clemson spine. Yeah, Clemson spineless. It's the green ones.
How do you
So
like the motherland okra?
I don't care for it.
mm-mm.
Me either.
It's
Mm-mm.
so to answer your question, once they start producing a lot.
Yeah, they don't
Right.
The
stop.
flowers are really pretty. Maybe you need to put some fertilizer down for the flowers.
I did.
That's yeah.
I did, but and you know what I think? I think that it's just too soon. It's only 48 days. I track my
Oh,
growth,
okay.
so they've only been 48 days. But
Is it getting plenty of sun?
obviously I have it in a great location because they are growing like crazy.
They
Oh,
get
they
sun
will.
because they like
They
sun.
will.
They got full sun.
Oh,
They
okay.
start getting sun starting from 10 o'clock in the morning all the way till 6 o'clock.
It might be too much.
So they get 8 hours of sun. No, it's perfect for them because
That's what you say, but
I have a couple
Mine
things
are
in
in full
here
sun.
growing.
They're
I
fine.
have in that box. I have cucumbers, tomatoes, basil, and the kombucha squash and the okra. And I'm just thinking I'm early. But the funny thing is, I grew that same okra before, but I grew it in containers, and it didn't get as thick as it is now, and it was producing like crazy.
But when you do it in a pot, you know that there's more nutrients in potting soil than there is in the ground. So if you're doing it in ground, mm, you might you might have to wait a little bit longer. Mine were producing. When did I put those things in the ground? February, March. They've been in there a while.
And as far as okra, I can't deal with the slime, so I only do them in. I only put it in soups. I chop them
Really?
up and put them in. Yeah, I can't do the slime.
So you can get rid of the slime if you fry the okra or if you put it in the oven. It
All
goes
I do
away.
with my okra is put them in soups.
Oh, oh well. Okay.
I mean, I see people online frying them and doing different things to them just to go through the act of cut. That's why I have to do it fresh. I can't cut it up if it gets soggy because I can't stand. You know, we all have our pet peeves, and that's one of mine. I can't stand that slime.
Oh,
So I'll freeze them first. When they're frozen, then I chop them up real quick before they start thawing. And then once I got them, I refreeze them.
if you batter them and fry them, there's no
No,
slime.
I just put them in soups. And when you put them
I
in
battered and fried them, and I still taste slime.
Really?
mm,
Oh,
Unless
when
I
you
eat
put
the
them in
very
soup,
tip. The
when
very
I
tip
put
I
on
know.
soups,
I
when I
love
put in
okra. I
soups
can
and
eat it
stews,
straight off the stalk. As a matter of fact, I have on camera a couple of
I've
times.
seen people do that. I've seen people just pull them off and eat them like candy.
That's
I
I
what
love it fried. I have to have
I like
mine
it. I
fried.
like okra. Period. I like it fried in soup.
I like mine dehydrated.
Yeah,
Dehydrated is good
dehydrated. Like
too.
it was
dehydrated.
That's
still
good
slimy.
too.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
like chips. You make it like chips, put some oil and season on it, dehydrated, and baby.
I have to do
You
it
know,
real
you know what
fast
I
'cause
like dehydrated? Kale. I like because I do kale
I like
chips.
that
I
too,
like them
Kimmy. I like that too.
dehydrated. Just put a
Mhm,
little bit of salt and black pepper on it. Good to go.
mhm,
But to
mhm.
answer your question, Duval, the motherland okra, I eat okra raw. So I've eaten it. I've taken a piece of Clemson spineless and ate that, and broke off a piece of the motherland okra. And the motherland okra don't taste good. It don't have a sweet taste. It doesn't really have a taste at all. It just looks
Right,
different.
right. Yeah,
So
yeah. I usually plan it every year. I didn't do it this year.
it's Clemson spineless tastes way better. Way
Right.
better.
I have my burgundy okra. It came up, but my Clemson not doing anything. The leaves just keep falling off of it.
Oh, mine is doing, but you know, my Clemson spineless is not from this. It's from seed that I had last year. So
Hmm.
all of the Clemson spineless that got woody, I just put it out and dried it, and I put the seed down. I didn't know if it was going to grow, but apparently they are very prolific, because those are the second set of seeds.
Oh
It's the
wow.
seeds that I harvested last year
Oh
what is
that
So
I
that?
these
wow.
are
microdosed.
these are the Clemson spineless that I grow, and I've had these seeds since 2019, and it's still working.
They still
Mhm.
work.
Yeah, they work.
And I mean, the pack is still full of seeds because I may only use 4 or 5 seeds for the whole season.
Oh,
That's it. And
Mm.
I planted a whole
then
bunch of them
as
because I
I go, I
plants.
always leave one okra to go to seed, meaning grow brown, and then
Right,
you pack.
right.
I always leave one. Everything I grow, I always sacrifice one to go to seed.
Go to
Always,
see. Yeah.
Very
always.
good.
Me too. More than one.
Always do one. I've already identified the one cucumber that's gonna go to seed. It's already getting big. I'm gonna track it because I said I was gonna do a thing where I'm gonna do shorts showing people it going from green to yellow to brown
Shantae.
because a lot of people have never
Start.
seen a fully ripe cucumber, and a
Hmm.
fully ripe cucumber, the color goes to brown. That's the last thing
I
for it.
have one over here.
And
I was
add
ready to
some
say it's
shrimp to it,
gone.
girl. Look at here. Don't you
What
start nothing. There
okra?
won't be nothing over here.
What you say?
I can't wait till my okra start producing.
You know, I bought one. No, 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 I didn't buy it in the cup. I germinated a red okra, and I put it in one of those little cups you get from the big box store, and it stayed in there so long till it started producing okra in the
You know
cup.
what? You know what, Miss
I got a
Gail?
question.
Reading is fundamental. I said, and here I am asking questions about okra, and I'm just now sitting here reading the pack, and it says you won't start seeing fruit till day 60. I'm at day 48.
Oh,
Okay.
Is that the
Imagine if
Clemson
imagine
spineless?
if I had read that, huh?
Ah, now you know. Now you
Now we
know.
know.
You getting close. It's getting
Yeah, it
That's
close.
says
is that the
you're
But
Clemson
supposed
you
to
know
start.
what?
spineless?
You saying it,
uh-huh.
it's big.
Clemson
So
spineless.
when the day 60, get ready. You gonna be harvesting every day.
Yeah, it says you're supposed to start noticing fruit between day 55 all the way to day 65, and then from there it just takes off. Wow.
Yeah, every time you harvest, initially it'll be real slow. You'll get like, three or four okra, and then it'll turn into 15, and 15 turn into 20. Now I'm getting like a half a bag of
Oh
okra
wow.
every day, because you have to go out there every day or you're gonna have woody okra.
Yeah,
And I was
and
getting mad
Right,
at myself when that
I
it's woody.
actually got three
right.
three plants.
So God's desire for
Are
me
you growing
says,
any sorrel?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I haven't gotten any sorrel yet. I
I've
put I planted 4 sorrel seeds, and they're in there. I mean, they're like on the front of the okra. They're The stalks are red. I know what they look like because I planted it yet last year. But I haven't gotten any sorrel yet. But last year I didn't get any sorrel to the end of the summer. So I'm
Wow.
not worried about it.
So be
Yeah.
patient and wait. Yeah.
Every
I
time I've
didn't get.
grown it, I've never gotten sorrel. I've seen them come in right before the frost take them every year
Um,
I
because of my
usually get
condition.
mine. Mine usually be like the end of September or sometime around October
mhm. Take
because
a long time.
they say it
Because we
takes
know
six
sorrel is a
months.
winter drink.
It said it
Dr.
takes six
Zappily said
months for
she
it to
just
It takes
succession
6
activate.
planted
months.
her okra. So she just
Wow.
succession planted her okra.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
you just dropped some more okra seeds, is what you're saying?
I did too.
You did? Uh-oh, don't
Yeah.
tell me I can go drop some more okra seeds and I'm good.
oh, you got time, Mama.
Oh, you got
Yeah,
plenty
you
of
got
time in
time.
Texas.
We ain't really talking to you in
No.
in America. We're not really talking to y'all.
I got
This
questions though.
conversation is not for
Wow.
y'all.
Since I got time, Miss Peachnut, you can grow through me. You know that, right? Just tell me,
Yeah,
go
man.
out there and drop them seeds.
God
But
desire says that at this moment she just dropped the seed.
okay. So I'm gonna go on out there and drop me some more seeds because they acting kind of fun. Well, actually, what happened was I was doing an experiment because we have a lot of heat, because we getting ready to run into them hundreds, right?
Oh
Ooh,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
y'all
gonna be
past
bad.
So
that.
I was looking at I dropped the okra seeds up under my mulberry tree,
Okay.
so it's shaded.
They
Mm.
don't like shade.
Well,
Where in the world you put the okra in the
over
tree?
here at my house,
Here we
it's
go.
not shaded all where I had them before. They had partial shade, and they did really really good. I couldn't keep up with them in partial shade.
Oh wow.
The sun over here at my house burns up everything in its path,
Yeah.
because like a lot of places where I live at, it rains all around me. It doesn't rain here.
Mhm.
I when I get rain, I'm happy. Other people be calling me, "Did you get some rain?" No, I ain't get no rain. We got some rain. Okay, I ain't get none. I it didn't. The sun was shining. My friend on the other side of the bridge. It's raining over here, girl. You get some? No, I ain't get no rain.
We don't get it
None.
either.
I ain't get no cloud.
Mm. It's been
Jamaica got plenty of
raining
rain. We
here.
use America.
We don't
It's
get
been
We
no
had those
raining
rain.
here
potatoes in
since
the ground,
yesterday.
It
and
was so
you
bad
know,
last year that the foundations of people's houses cracked.
Mm,
whoa.
Whoa.
That's how bad it was out here. So
that's
I know
what
you
hopefully
was doing
this
your
this
potato
year has been
harvest.
okay so far. We've been getting decent. I don't have it. Remember how the ground was opening last year?
Hmm.
It was bad.
So what did y'all do about that? I saw the video when your ground was opening up. What
They
happened?
won't. They don't do nothing about that. And they tell you not to water because it's a drought. It's a
It's a
drought.
drought. Yeah, you can only drought a certain time, and
And they
then they
say
say
stage 4, don't
you
water.
can't reserve water
Right.
because of the mosquitoes.
well, ladies, I'm gonna step down and let y'all continue. I enjoyed y'all.
Well, thank you for
Appreciate
coming
you.
out.
Good night. Thank you.
Good
Good
night.
night. Thank
I
We
will
you.
be in
came
the
to
chat.
appreciate
Talk
you.
to you.
All right.
Thank you
All
so
right.
Jamaica,
much.
send me an email. My
I
email
will.
is actually on about me in my on my page. Just send me an email.
Okay.
All right. Take care, y'all.
Thank you,
All
Denise.
right.
Appreciate you. Yeah, I saw that when you said the ground was parted and opened up. I said they're gonna swallow the house and be careful stepping around down there.
Here,
And
I, this at the begin in spring of this year, all I
Mhm.
could hear was jackhammers all around me.
Oh
And the
wow.
water company actually threatened me last year and told me that I was using too much water.
what?
What?
Oh yeah. And you saw my ground.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was watering my foundation because I was like, I don't want to go through that, rigmarole of them coming in here and pulling up all the floors and
Right.
pasting my house back together. So
Exactly. I was wondering, man, how is that going to get resolved? You got the ground actually opening up. You literally showed where it was cracking.
Wow.
it opened up enough for me to step inside.
Yeah, I saw you.
I
Hmm.
mean, it was bad last year. I hope that never happens again.
I know. Wow. And they're monitoring what you're doing, how much water you're using.
They told me that I was using too much water.
So did they
Wow.
know by your water bill or were they walking
The
around
water
looking?
company told me that. Yep.
Whoa.
I was like, shoot, y'all
So
need
does
to
that
do
mean
some
you got a
reverse
leak somewhere,
osmosis or
maybe?
something. Huh?
Maybe you got a leak somewhere.
No, I was watering my garden and my
Oh,
house.
oh. Water in the house too?
My house. I was watering my foundation.
Oh,
To keep it
Yeah.
from cracking and caving in.
Yeah.
wow.
Is either
Amen.
disobey them or save your house. Which
Okay.
one is gonna be?
It is what it is.
Uh-huh. So I'm gonna say we have a countdown 10 minutes.
Alrighty then. Thank you.
Okay.
Jamaica, will you tell everybody about yourself, who you are, and about what you do in your
Hello,
garden?
my name is Jamerica, and my channel's name is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. If you want to look for me, is at Jamerica Life, JAMERICALIFE. And my videos are mostly about gardening, but also preparedness as far as going and getting your own eggs, dealing with chickens, canning your own food, how to make your own food, because I noticed that a lot of people do not know how to prepare food during the lockdown. A lot of people were buying this canned stuff. And in my opinion, you're a lot better off when you do it yourself. And it's also cheaper. So that's what my channel is about, preparedness and how to prepare things for yourself to become more self-sufficient and less reliant on other people doing things for you.
Lots to learn from Miss Jamaica over there, you guys. Please check her out. You would learn a lot in considering what we are going through and witnessing in today's world. Don't get stuck behind the door. And don't get, when you have this information right here that's available to you to teach you how to survive and what to do in case of emergencies, she's a very good source. She keeps it real. And she gives you a free song. You don't charge for it.
No charge.
This lady got 30 chickens, you guys. Come on.
Look, like I said, do you know my email address yet?
No, I haven't. You emailed me.
Okay.
Good
Okay.
night,
So
Rashida. Thank you so much, Rashida.
look, I won't be your
Good
first
night,
customer now.
Rashida.
On a
That's
serious
only
note.
because you live close to her. Somebody else in the chat said they were going to be the second customer.
Salon Diva says she want to be the second. She stay up the street from me, so me and her can ride together to
Girl,
come
they
get
get
our
ready to
stuff.
raise your chicken coop.
For real.
You may have
We
to
ain't
go.
playing. We not playing. We serious.
Well, you know, the tractor, not tractor supply, the place I go to, the the feed and seed store that I go to up the street, they have chickens and they sell the eggs. Those eggs are about $6 a dozen. But they're,
Wow.
but they're fresh eggs though,
Fresh.
you know, fresh. I'd rather get the fresh eggs for $6. And they sell milk. I think I saw some milk up there too. They have a freezer when you put a refrigerator. As soon as you walk in, there's a refrigerator sitting right there. And when they have the eggs available, $6 a dozen. I'd rather do that. Go to the grocery store and get those eggs. And Lord knows how long they've been sitting there and how they were processed.
Yeah, they've been there a while.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know? And
And
so
how do
if
they get them so clean is my question.
yes, that's the other thing. And without
They're
breaking
too
them, how do they
perfect.
clean those eggs? How do they clean the eggs?
They're too
And
perfect.
I heard that you're not supposed to clean the eggs, leave them sitting out, and you're
You're
not
supposed
supposed
to
to
put
clean
glue
them until
in.
you're ready to what?
Eat them.
Eat them. So you say because of the what? It's called what?
The bloom.
The
The
bloom.
bloom. So when a chicken lays an egg, you know how we have the embryonic sac around the baby? The
Right.
same thing happens with the egg. There's actually a coating on the exterior of the egg that keeps it fresh. That's why when a chicken lays an egg, it could sit out for that long. It won't go bad for weeks. But if
Right.
you wash the bloom off, you have to eat it within a week or two, or
Certain
it'll go
period of
bad.
time.
Right.
So you
Okay.
leave the bloom on so you can store it
You
out.
don't have to put it in the refrigerator. I have
Yeah,
eggs sitting out right here. You could leave them sitting out for a couple of weeks. If you put them in, you can put them in the refrigerator. When you put it in the refrigerator, that stops the egg from becoming a chick, because if it's real warm, you might get an egg that's got blood
You
in it
might
or
get a
something.
chicken. Mm.
But if you put the egg with the bloom in the refrigerator, it kills the embryo, and the chick won't start developing. I've never had it where I had an egg that had any weird looking stuff in it, because
Right.
I only leave mine out for maybe a day or two, and I go and harvest the eggs every day. So I don't give my chickens the opportunity to become broody. I get them out of there and put them in a bowl over here for a day or two until I get enough to put in a carton, and then I just put them in the carton in the refrigerator, and that kills the embryo, or it stops the embryo process.
but the bloom is still around it.
I never wash them. Yeah, I never washed them off. I did it
Okay.
one time when I was out at the other place. I'll never do that again. Never.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We just
when
take
they,
ours and put them in the refrigerator in the carton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because you have chicken, right, Duval? Okay. So how many eggs do your chickens produce a day?
Well, I only have one right now, one hen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's not doing any producing because she has had an egg fertilized.
Yeah,
She's
she produce like every day.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they
Yeah.
so. Where does the rooster come in? I'm confused.
The rooster is the protector, and the rooster fertilizes the eggs so you can have chicks.
So you can have the
Right.
chick. Okay. So she's gonna
But you
lay
don't
eggs
need a
anyway.
rooster. You don't need a
Right.
rooster if you just want eggs. You just
Right.
need a
Right.
hen.
It'll just be
Right.
an unfertilized egg.
Right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right.
Now I know. So
Now you know.
yeah. Now
You can get you some
I'm,
chicks now.
what you say?
You can get you some chicks now.
What you talking about, Willis?
Go on and get you some chickens.
When we first moved here, my honey wanted chicken, and I was like, ah. But after everything started going left, I said, honey, we need some chickens. When I went to the grocery store and stood over there in the dairy department, and I was looking at the price of eggs, they were going crazy with the price of eggs. And I was standing there, and another lady came, and she stood next to me. And then another lady came and stood on my left, and we all were just staring at the
You're
eggs.
looking.
What was going on with the egg prices? We just stared at them. You know,
The
I was like,
reason we
that's
got
it.
chickens because my husband, the guy had told my husband that they laid the blue eggs, and he didn't believe him. So we got chicks just to see, and then I went and got some bantams that laid the real little teeny peach eggs. So then we had like blue, peach, and brown. So now I have just a little. They're like a light brown. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I tell people now, like you said, once you wash the balloon off, then it's dated for real. So they
Mm-hmm.
put the date on the carton of eggs as to when it will expire. One thing that I do know, they do have to move those eggs. They have to move them because of the expiration date. And one thing I do know as well, you can tell when the egg is going bad because you put it in some water, so either stand on its head or it's gonna float.
Yeah, it'll
So
float.
right. I tell people leave them eggs alone. That's all right. They're gonna get the message because they got to move those eggs.
Yeah.
They have got to move
Girl.
those eggs. So they started coming down with the price of the eggs because a lot of people was like, okay, I just leave them there. Because you pick the
Yeah.
card up and has expiration date on that, and then I tell everybody, when you go home, check your eggs, put them in that water,
To see it. Yeah.
see if it's floating or if it stands on its end. If it does, take it back.
Yeah.
When you
Well, see,
enough people take that step back, they'll stop.
they supposedly had went up on the price of the eggs because of that bird flu.
They
So
Yeah.
created
that's what the
things.
excuse was.
Yeah,
But
they
Because
they're
always
still
come up
going
with an excuse
on,
to raise
Duval.
prices.
They're still going
I,
on. The
I
bird
All
know.
flu is
right,
still going
ladies.
on.
I
Yeah,
yeah.
you have to just decipher
Philomena,
that for yourself.
what is your problem?
You talking to your dog?
Yeah, she's over here moaning.
She want to
Said
go
that damn
outside.
10 minutes up.
I think she got an ear infection.
Oh,
Oh,
bless her
Oh,
heart. You know, you get some, maybe get some medicine. She's gonna give you some of them herbs out her garden. America will cook some up for her.
I
But
think I'm
you
gonna have
guys
to take her
here
to
at,
the vet. I ain't got nothing for her. It ain't
so
oh
nothing.
how
Lord,
far away are you from Houston?
About 3 hours.
Oh, you up in Dallas?
No, I'm not in Dallas.
That's about as far as Dallas. Good.
I told you I meet you in LaGrange or
Okay,
Katy.
okay, okay. Katie, good.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm jealous.
I should have said Katy. Katy is.
Your
I
night
was
be
going to
mean.
say
Thank
Katie
you so
close
much.
to me. We like you say Lagrange. I don't know
Josh's
where that's
Zion say
at, but
put castor oil on the
that's a good
dog's
place.
ear.
Put some castor oil.
That's what she
Yeah,
said.
on the
Hmm.
dog's
Okay.
ear. That's what she said. Well,
Okay.
I hate to send Miss Peach Nuts thing out, but she said 10 minutes,
Yes,
and
you
we
did
at the
good.
10-minute mark.
We
Yeah,
want to thank you so much for coming. Jamaica, you have enlightened this whole thing. You and the Moon and Miss Rochita, we thank you all for coming and visiting with us.
yeah.
We shall have you again.
Great
I'm so glad
line.
you accepted. So
Thank you.
informative. And so, Miss
Great.
Mona, I'll let you Texas La La. Thank you. Good night, Mona.
Miss Duval,
Duval, City Girl Gardner. Thank y'all for joining us tonight.
Miss
I'll see
Jamaica.
you guys in the garden and
Thank
Miss
you, guys.
America. Tell everybody good night.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night.
Mona,
It takes patience to be in the garden.
are we gonna have our music?